Like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show. Weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right
to live? Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out and hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead and hit that like button, because you already know what time it is. And you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've even seen some people do it well. But what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There's so many people who need to get great content like this, and it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place, eh? Isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content out. Share it through your social media. Share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, we are back with another interesting episode, man. You know, good title, the WNBA, Men at Work, okay? Yes, y'all, the WNBA, Men at Work. Now, before we go too deep into this, first of all, I want to say shout out to all the people who come through and give me views on a regular basis. They make up the fam. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And that's real talk. Shout out to the people who leave comments after the stream. You're also making efforts to grow the algorithm, and I appreciate that big time. Shout out to all the people who hype me up every chance they get. And I know some of y'all move a little fast, so you should at least say one for me. I mean, come on now. You got to save at least one for me. You know, real talk, because I know that it seems like they limit you on the hypes, but you got to say one for me. And shout out to all the people who hit that like button, okay? It's a great way to grow the channel. Y'all know y'all like the content anyway, so you might as well hit that like button and let it be known, okay? And that helps us all out. It helps us all out when you think about it. So shout out to each and every one of y'all. And I'm going to say shout out to the people who go above and beyond the call of duty. And they throw a little something on the wood over here at the Roger Report Live. You know, we've had some great people to do so. And I like to acknowledge each and every one of them. So shout out to my main man, Tunnel Runner. He is the sponsor of today's stream. Shout out to you, Tunnel Runner. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. He done thrown something here and there. Been a great supporter. Even joins the show, gives his opinion on different things. Great guy. Great guy, as y'all know. So shout out to Tunnel Runner. He is the sponsor of today's stream. And shout out to the people who check in right away. Because people don't have to, but it's good to know that you got some down folks already in the building. You got some down folks in the building, but y'all know how it goes. There can only be one. And I'm going to say shout out to the Highlander of today's stream. My main man, Shark Sims, has done it again, y'all. It's Shark in the building. It's Shark in the building. What's good, my brother? What's good? Oh, I'm in the house. Shout out to you, Shark. Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see you on the Highlander of today's stream. Shout out to Key and Red right behind him. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. My main man, Trail Bentley, is representing right behind him. Shout out to you, brother. Hashtag long live habitual line steppers. Hashtag Negroes in the wilderness. Hashtag dignity over vagina. Hashtag Al Gore's babies. Hashtag hey Hydra. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. We got Bronk in the building as well. Afro Merchant is at the cool table this morning. Good to have you. Good to have you. We got Floyd Thompson here. Yay, yay. The Knights Palace has joined us. Shout out to Stefan is in the building as well. We got Bucket in the house. Brooklyn's Finest is here. The sponsor of today's stream, Tunnel Runner, is in the building checking in. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. We got Afro Merchant here. And y'all, we about to do a great show. We about to do a great show. Yes, 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 y'all. If you hadn't heard, word on the street. Word on the street. It's some gentlemen out here looking to make a splash, y'all. They looking to make a splash in the WNBA, believe it or not, y'all. In the WNBA. Now, this is the thing. The WNBA has been doing its things for decades, okay? The WNBA has struggled to get certain levels of attention, all right? The WNBA is not a dead league, okay? But it's had some battles. Now, luckily, the WNBA is supported by the NBA. Because even though the WNBA started in the 90s, they have yet to have a profitable season. Okay? They've yet to have a profitable season. You know, now they doing better. They doing better. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. She has brought the WNBA a little more attention than they had been receiving. Okay, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. We got a woman. Okay, she done quote unquote put the league on her back, as they say. But no, real talk though, she has been getting them more attention. You know, where Caitlin has played, they sell a few more tickets. You know, a smaller version of like a Michael Jordan effect. You know, Michael Jordan go play a game, people was gonna be there. You know, there's other NBA players who've had that effect as well. Championship teams have had that effect. And I'm going to say shout out to the WNBA and shout out to Caitlin Clark for having that type of effect on the league. That is beautiful that you have a woman in the WNBA having some good impact like that. All right? Because if it wasn't for the NBA, I'm sure the WNBA would have folded decades ago. Okay? Decades ago. Keep in mind, y'all, it started in the 90s. All right? So this is decades ago at this point. Now, I'm going to say the announcement, okay, just the announcement of a couple of guys saying, hey, I'm going to declare for the draft. I dig it. I dig it. Now, people are going into a lot of moral things on is this right or is this wrong? I'm going to tell you my first thought. It makes the WNBA more exciting. I'm just keeping it real, okay? I'm keeping it real. I may not have had the thoughts a lot of people had when I heard about this, okay? The first thought in my mind is the WNBA has gotten a lot more exciting just by me hearing that we got people who declared for the draft, okay? Now, if you don't know, there's a gentleman by the name of Royce White. Didn't have a great NBA career. Okay? Didn't have a great NBA career. Only played for the Sacramento Kings. He wasn't a star. Okay? He wasn't a star. I've seen some people cover that and, make some nasty remarks toward him because he wasn't a star. All right? He didn't have the good dream career that, people dream about playing in the NBA. You don't dream that you're only going to have 1 year in the NBA and you never going to really be able to make an impact. That ain't how people dream. You want to get in the NBA, do something, hopefully become a star, hopefully even become a superstar. But in his particular case, it just didn't pan out that way. Okay? It just didn't pan out that way. So he has, they say he only got 3 games in, with the Sacramento Kings. That was it. 3 games. Okay. I had to look it up. I wasn't familiar with him. I had to look it up. They say he only got 3 games in with the Sacramento Kings. Now, I ain't going to talk crazy about him because the fact that he got 3 games in with the Sacramento Kings means he's better than most basketball people on the planet. It just is what it is. He's one of the best basketball players in the world. Okay? Yeah, he may be trash. He may be NBA trash. But we got to remember, some NBA trash, boy, there's some bad boys out here on these other courts, okay? You get them in these other courts, they tear the roof off. NBA trash does not mean actual trash, okay? Now, we got another gentleman. Now, he did actually have a decent career, okay? Said he actually played 11 seasons. Okay, you that's a decent career, 11 seasons. Now, with the game kind of changing as it has, and you got bigs going out to the perimeter more and things like that, the game kind of evolved in a way that didn't necessarily fit his game. But he played for 5 NBA teams. That's not a star necessarily, but not necessarily a journeyman. Just a well-to-do guy. A well-to-do guy. Okay? Center, power forward, big guy. Okay? He got some good stuff going on with him. Now, he might also have a sense of humor, y'all. There's possible evidence, okay, that both of these guys have a sense of humor. Okay? Now, my thing is, who doesn't have a sense of humor? You may not have the best sense of humor. You may not have the worst sense of humor, but who doesn't have a sense of humor? Now, I'm just saying that because, people are making all these kind of accusations about these guys, and, people feel some type of way. And, people have a right to feel what they want to feel. If you live in America, shout out to all my people living outside of the United States. But if you live in America, you get to feel some type of way about different things. Now, I'm going to say these guys are trying to get jobs in the WNBA. I don't see that as a problem per se. Do I want a job in the WNBA? Not necessarily. Would I take a job in the WNBA? Let's be realistic. Probably. Last time I remember looking up what WNBA players made, they made pretty good money. Now, you pay me that money to play a sport I like, This is a good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Okay. Can you make 50,000 plus playing a sport you like? That ain't a bad deal. Okay, that's not a bad deal. And the WA been increasing salaries and things like that. So come on now. This is a couple guys in America. You know, they got some opportunities to make some things happen. And let's keep it real. They washed up as NBA players, which ain't no terrible thing. It's not an insult to tell somebody you're a washed up NBA player. I mean, maybe if you're a guy that's in the NBA yourself, you can say it, and then it's an insult. But for all of us who just watching sports on TV, you can't really insult a man saying you're a washed up NBA player. He still was an NBA player. All right? Now, a lot of people is making some controversy over this. I don't know if this controversy is fair. Okay? You got, I hear the word transgender being thrown around a lot. I haven't heard either one of these men claim that they're transgender. Okay, I haven't, heard them claim that. Now, I did hear Roy say, I'm gonna identify as a woman. No, sometimes I identify as sometimes a woman. And he said for basketball purposes. So Roy say, I will identify as a woman for basketball purposes. That doesn't necessarily mean he's a transgender, but it's dealing with how he sees himself. That's what's going on. He's looking at how he sees himself. Does a man have a right to see himself the way he wants to see himself? Sure, he does. Okay? He can see himself any way he wants to see himself. Now, can other people perceive that man the way they perceive him? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I can understand what controversy may start to come in because there's people who see themselves as a particular thing that other people wouldn't normally see them as, but they want the other people who wouldn't see him as that to acknowledge them as the thing that they see themselves as. And people have made a lot of hype about this stuff, a lot of issues about this stuff. There's, job things that go along with this type of stuff. Hey, I ain't telling nobody how to run their company. You run it how you run it. But hey, it is what it is. And there's even been some government things that have been said about this. Now, I may walk past you down the street and I see a man. Now, in your heart of hearts, you might see yourself as a woman. I'm not going to necessarily know that you see yourself as a woman. There may be an indicator or two that you see yourself as a woman. Maybe I pick up on it. Maybe I don't. Just kind of depends. I have literally met people and looked at these people, and I honestly did not know. I had no actual clue of what they want to be identified as. I ain't had no clue. I'm sitting here face to face with people, y'all. Okay, we doing business, and I'm looking at them. I got no clue if they want to be called sir, ma'am, or whatever. I ain't had no clue. So all I'm saying is sometimes people can pick up on what you want. Sometimes people can't pick up on what you want. All right. Now, I've also seen some instances where people made an attempt to pick up on what a person wanted, but when they guessed, they was wrong. They was wrong. And the person that they guessed about got upset fairly quickly. And they made it known. Okay. Now, some people was cool about it. Some people was not cool about it. But I guess that depends on what you mean cool about it. Because there's some people who said, they went for sir. but the other party was looking for ma'am. It turned into a thing. They was looking for a sir. I mean, they went with sir, but the other party was looking for ma'am. And I have seen it where a person went for the ma'am, but the other person was looking for a sir. Okay, it can go either way. It can go either way. Okay. Y'all Borga say WNBA gives a new meaning to ball in. So y'all, this stuff can go a multitude of ways. Okay, you never know how it's gonna swing. Now, there have been some people that I'm gonna say has been shady, even newscasts and all kinds of stuff, and they started talking about these transgenders, which again, y'all, I haven't yet to see where the guys declared themselves transgender. Okay, Enos Cantor Freedom. I saw video. He filled out his paperwork, said he's did everything required to declare for the WNBA draft. Now, if you don't know, the draft happens in April. Okay, so we're going to expect, not that there's an official date out right now, but if you Google it like I did, it just says April of 2027 is going to be the next draft. All right, things could get real serious in April. Now, I'm going to say this, y'all. From a fan aspect, what was this effect on me? It did get me interested. I ain't gonna lie to you. Will it be good for the league? I think it will be, y'all. We got Caitlin Clark in there, who brought a lot of attention to the league, right? She's been doing her thing, right? Numbers going up. Now, on top of Caitlin Clark getting in there and doing her thing, if you have these two gentlemen join the league, I'm going to tell you what I believe is going to happen. I believe more fans will watch the league. Men going to watch it because they're going to want to see what's happening. They're going to be curious. And when men watch something, women will watch it too. Let's be real about it. A lot of times, if men watch something, women will watch it too. And then that goes in sports a great deal. If the men watch it, the women will watch it. If we say this the game of the week, the women will say, okay, cool. It is what it is. Now they may not identify with either team. But if we tell them this our team, a lot of them be like, okay, cool, this our team then. So from a realistic standpoint, if a couple of guys are drafted in the WNBA, am I going to want to see these guys on the court, making moves, playing? I'm not going to lie, y'all. I would expect them to be starters. I don't know if, something political goes on that stops them from being starters. I'm going to assume that they go to the camps and they become starters. And I believe they can earn it. Now, I'm going to also be realistic. If they not starters, I ain't going to even trip. They're a little older. Okay. They got a few years on them. If they don't start, would it be disappointing? Not really. Not really. But I'm going to expect to see them start. I'm not saying a woman can't take whatever position depending upon what team they end up with. I just have an idea that they might just start, though. But even if they don't start, I'm going to actually look for these bench players to get in. I'm going to be realistic, y'all. If they do not start, I am literally going to be patient and watch for certain bench players to get in. Now, I'm a person who've watched basketball. I don't watch it like I used to. Okay, I became an adult, got a lot busier. It don't really work with my schedule to watch the NBA like I want to. But I have liked certain people, and there's certain people that get on the bench, and I really like that guy. And y'all might remember some of those guys, depending upon if it was a squad you pay real attention to or not. And sometimes I even like bench players on other teams. You know, I used to love Bonzi Wells. Never played for the Chicago Bulls. You know, when I found out about him, he hadn't played for the Chicago Bulls, but he was actually a bench player on Portland when I found out about him. But I love Bonzi Wells. Okay, he used to do his thing. Okay, love Bonzi Wells. Is what it is. Not because of a Chicago nation. I just liked the guy. Liked how he did what he did when he could do what he did. Okay. Shout out to Hero for Hire, man. Hero for Hire, I don't know what to tell you, brother. He say first option all-stars. Raj chose violence again. Look, bro, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know. Now, I do know what you're talking about when you say first option all-stars. Could they actually make the all-star game as rookies? Why not? I think there's a legitimate chance for them to make the all-star game as rookies. I do believe that. Okay, there's a legitimate shot for them to make the all-star game as rookies. Now, let's keep it real. Would that make the WNBA all-star game a little bit more exciting to see? I think it would. No? See, now, I've heard certain people use words like trolling. These gentlemen are trolling. That ain't right. They didn't say they was trolling. I have not seen these gentlemen say they were trolling at all. And if they said it and I missed it, that's one thing. But I ain't heard these guys say they trolling. But people are saying they trolling. I've said for a long time, trolling don't even truly exist, y'all. It don't really exist. Okay, people doing what they do because that's what they want to do. It is what it is. But now we got a couple guys looking to join the WNBA. And people are accusing them of trolling. Well, I've never, okay? I've never. That's in my best white woman voice at the moment, okay? Well, I never. Trolling? What do we know about these gentlemen that would suggest they are trolling? What if these guys just like basketball? See, I got a theory, man. Both of them are former NBA players. My theory is they like basketball. Okay? That's my theory. They like basketball. And because they like basketball, they want to play basketball as a professional. I can't blame them for wanting to play basketball as a professional. I want to play basketball as a professional. You know, is that really a bad thing that you got some guys who want to play basketball as professionals? No, I mean, that makes sense to me. That makes absolute sense to me. All right, now, so they go over and, you know, they make their declarations. They're declaring for the next draft, which will be in 2027. You know, now, I don't know about Royce Wright yet, but Enid's got his paperwork already done, okay? His paperwork already in there. I'm pretty sure Roy's going to have it done at the proper time, too. But Enid's telling you, he ain't playing, okay? He ain't playing around with this. He got the paperwork in already, y'all. I'm telling y'all what. I saw that man. He was dealing with the paperwork, sign it off, say my paperwork is officially done. I've met every requirement. You know, he ready to play ball. Okay, I'm pretty sure Royce is going to be in the same position when the time comes. I can't confirm it at the moment, but I'm pretty sure Royce is going to be in the same position. Okay? Now, we got some great gentlemen here that want to play some ball. Now, I understand when you were a child, sometimes you would be made fun of for playing with the girls. Okay? I don't know if this is one of those times. Okay. Hold fast for me 1 second, y'all. I see my main man, Chef Mike, is in the building. Chef Mike says, I know they have a point to prove, and you are doing. Are you doing? Hold on. Let me get this together. Shout out to Chef Mike, putting some respect on his name. He say, I know they have a point to prove, and are doing it for that purpose. This may open a door that can't be closed. This slope is gradual, but very slippery. Well, you know what, Chef Mike? I think you make a fantastic point by pointing that out. And I do understand that there is a point they may be trying to prove. I'm going to say that. They may be really trying to prove a point. Okay. And, you know, a lot of people done said some things, and, you know, there's a question now on what does the W mean in the WNBA. Whoo, that's a heck of a, that W just became really, really, really important. But now, Mr. Enos Cannon Freedom just said, I did every requirement that the WNBA asked me to do. Now we got to look at him. We got to look at him. And he say he did every requirement. Y'all, he did every single requirement. Look at him. If you don't know, he's the guy to the left of your screen. If you don't know, okay? If you don't know. Now, I'm going to say this, y'all. I'm going to take the position that maybe these guys just want to play ball. That's the position I'm taking. They just want to play ball. And you can make a decent amount of money as a WNBA player. Now, I know the women are, you know, they steady say they want to make more money and things like that. I know that's a very real thing when it comes to the women who actually play in the league. And I understand as an employee, you want to get as much as you can out your employer. I ain't even mad at them for that. Not even mad at them at all. Okay? I'm just looking at things from a realistic standpoint. When it comes down to it, you know, you want the most you can get out your job. All right? And shout out to Chef Mike. Chef Mike says, I have a cousin that will likely make it to the WNBA, and I don't want her playing against men. Ooh, now, Chef, I can totally understand that. I totally can. And I respect it. Okay? Okay, I respect it. Now, the question is, what's the WNBA going to do about it? Because I'm just keeping it real. Once I heard that the men were declaring for the draft, and y'all, let's think about this. As this is being recorded, we are in the month of August. Okay? Now, why is that significant? It's significant because Enos Cantor Freedom has completed all requirements. He's done his paperwork. It's August of 2026. The next draft should be in April of 2027. You know, Chef Mike has a loved one that will probably make the league. Don't even want to play against men. Why is it significant? Because it's August, y'all. We still got the rest of August. Well, we got September, October, November, December, January. That's 6 months. February, March. And you'll have at least part of April, unless they just do the draft on the 1st. But I doubt that's going to happen. Okay? So you got 7 good months as men right now to reflect on what has already been done. And other men may decide to declare for the draft. They may decide to declare. Now, as an organization, what does the WNBA do? And let's be realistic, y'all. Just because some guys declare for the draft does not mean someone has to draft them. Okay. People may not draft him. This could happen. You know, y'all saw what the NFL did when they decided we want to make a point to Shedeur Sanders, right? What they do? They drafted him, but it was eventually. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we gonna teach him a lesson by him not going first overall or anything like. They drafted him on eventually. If my memory is correct, I believe he was the 100 and he was like 149 or maybe 159 draft pick. They as owners, I'm gonna say, because I can't verify it, but it seemed like as owners, they set a plan in motion and they said we'll get him, but it'll be eventually. We're gonna pick a lot of people before him. Shout out to Urban Reed. He said it was 144. 144, y'all. Okay. Now, the same or close to the same thing could happen with these two men so far. And I'm just wondering, are more men going to declare for this draft before we get all the way into April of 2027? Because I'm keeping it real. If I'm a basketball player and I can get a decent check behind this, it may not be the dream I had of playing in the NBA. It may not be that dream. But if I am a player who ain't that big, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who could not make the NBA, but I'm a young man and I want to play ball. I want some eyes on me. I want some eyes on me. Would this now be a good time? Now I get it. A guy can go overseas. A guy can play, you know what I'm saying, in the CBA. You know, there's other places that he could play for to get some eyes on him. But would it make sense at this particular time to get a lot of eyes on you and go to the WNBA? Now, some people gonna say, well, looking at the competition, that wouldn't necessarily be proving your point because you're gonna be playing against women. I totally get all that. But you're probably, if nothing else, you get some notoriety. If nothing else, you probably get some notoriety if you're part of the first class of WNBA players that included men. And if you get out there and dominate, okay, if you get out there and dominate, who knows what can happen for you? Who knows what endorsement deals you can get? I'm going to assume that there will be companies that will look for people to what the average person may seem as a sellout. But I'm thinking somebody may go to a man playing in the WNBA and ask him to do some commercials. Okay. Now, shout out to Watch Get a Man Cave. He say $270,000 a year minimum. Minimum. Okay. That's a decent piece of change. That's all I'm saying, y'all. You want to play ball, your NBA career don't come through. You actually find out you can actually play in the WNBA. You ain't got to have no surgeries or nothing. That you actually qualify to play in the WNBA. You take a check. You still get to play the game you love. You may not do it with the competition you want, but you get to play the game you love for serious money. Okay, serious money. Unless you in entertainment, where you gonna make $270,000 a year? I ain't saying there ain't no jobs that will pay you $270,000 a year, but the percentage of jobs that will pay you $270,000 a year ain't that big. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's jobs that'll do it. But you didn't prepare for those jobs. You wanted to be an NBA player. That's the job you prepared for. I'm not saying they can't do other things, but a lot of them won't necessarily have something where they can immediately transition to get $270,000 a year as a person who never made the NBA. And now, if you make the NBA, can you transition over and get a job making $270,000 a year? Probably a whole lot easier for you with all the notoriety you have. Now, as a man, if I'm in the WNBA, would I do some maxi pad commercials? That would be interesting. But see, now you're a person who's in the WNBA. You might be a grown man, but you might prefer. I can't even think of a maxi pad brand. Always, I think they make maxi pads. I think Always does it. Okay, you can promote Always. Now, if they don't do maxi pads, they do something feminine. They do something for females. It might be a good piece of money in that, y'all. It might be a good piece of money in that. You get you 3-4 endorsements, you might be straight. Now, shout out to Chef Mike. He says at the Roger Report Live, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. That is not safe for women. You know what, Chef Mike? I don't believe that bringing men into the WNBA does anything to help safety for women. I don't believe it will. I think it will make the league automatically more dangerous for women. Now, I'm going to say this, though. People get paid decent money to take on some danger. And I'm not trying to be short, because I understand you got a loved one that actually might make the league. So I totally understand where you coming from, and there's a level of concern. Okay. And I don't want to put too many jokes on it where it looks like I don't actually care about your relative, because that ain't what the case is. I'm just trying to acknowledge the different facets of what's going on. And a lot of people take jobs that pay a good amount of money because they're a little more dangerous. There's a little extra danger that come with it. Now, if the league minimum is $270,000, is she getting paid to do a dangerous job? Sounds like she already is. I'm just keeping it real. Okay? I don't think cops get $270,000 a year. And there's danger that go with their job. All right? Now, we got our first guest up, so I'm going to hold back for a second and see what he got to say. We got the one, the only, the great Black Reset is in the building. And let's see where he takes this. You have the mic, my brother.
What's happening? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Chef Mike and his relative trying to get into the WNBA. I wish that woman all the best. I want to say first of all, Chef Mike, all my comments exclude your relative. So I want no issues backstage, sir. I don't want no issues. All right. I'm all for this. And I'm going to tell you why. First reason why is the WNBA is the welfare league of the NBA. The NBA pays their salary because they are a net negative, as women generally are in the United States. They are a net negative, right? So I see Ennis Cancer and Royce White going to go get back some of the money that came out their check. That's how I see it. That's the first thing I see. Hey, man, I got to go get back some of that money. They ain't been making no money. They're not that good. They're not entertaining. I'm going to make it more entertaining. I promise you, if Ennis Cancer gets drafted or Royce White gets drafted, I'm going to watch every game they in. I swear on my soul, I'm going to watch every game I can. I want to see them boys play. Number two, when they did that collective bargaining agreement last year, they was talking all that jazz about they're just as good as the men, and they need to get paid what they deserve. Here's an opportunity to prove it. What's the problem? They said they're just as good as the men, and they should get paid like the men get paid. And okay, we got two fellas gonna step up to the plate and say, prove it. See, this shuts down that whole argument of a woman can do everything a man can, or we're just as good as men are, and all these other equivalent type conversations. And third thing, and I'm gonna land here. This will set a precedent politically. You know what? As a man, go get a job that's assigned to a woman. If you want to change politics and the way they saying they can't describe what a woman is. Okay, let me sign up for these female-led jobs that are labor intensive. Let me get next to her and work her out of her job. And see how many women don't have a job anymore once you start having men showing up saying that they qualify to be women. Women will literally be out the workforce. And we usually get our examples from sports going into real life. So I'm gonna land my plane there.
Okay, interesting. And I'm gonna say shout out to Chef Mike. I saw it in I saw Afro Merchant say it, and I'm gonna say it too. Hey man, congratulations to your loved one who will possibly make the league. Hey, I'm cheering her on. I hope she gets in there, man. Real talk. I'm definitely gonna be in support. You know, I don't know if you want to make it public who we talking about, but you know, you can tell us backstage, or if you make it public, I'm definitely gonna support her. Real talk, just because she your relative. I'm going to be rooting for her squad and everything. Okay? But I'm going to keep it real, y'all. If these boys get drafted, not that they boys, but if these men get drafted, I'm watching some of them games now. I ain't going to say I'm going to watch every game. But I'm definitely going to watch, and I do mean it. Even if they bench players, I'm going to sit there and wait for them to get in the game to see what they going to do. Because I don't know, you know, it could be political a little bit when you got some guys on the team if they get drafted. Now, remember, y'all, no one has to draft them, so we got to wait to see how this is going to play out. But I wonder if you a squad and you need help, you want to win a championship, and people start getting together talking about we ain't gonna even draft these guys. Now, when that first pick come up, you not gonna draft that big old man. You know, these some pretty big guys now. You're not gonna draft that big old man. Now, you could get the top college a woman's player. I don't know who that's gonna be. I'm just gonna call her Brittany Sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? You could draft Brittany Sweetheart, best female player in college. Or you can draft one of these men. Now, you may tell everybody, you know, off the record, yeah, we ain't gonna draft them. We ain't gonna. But when your turn come up, and you want to win a title, you really gonna let that man just slide past? You gonna take one of these female college players, or you gonna draft one of these nice big men right here to help your squad? It's an interesting question, and I can't wait to see it play out. But let me turn it over to we got Joanna Man in the building. Joanna Man, I'm gonna say obviously a fitting name. Go right ahead. What you got on this one?
What up, Roger? What up, chat? What up, panel? Shout out to Ennis Freedom out there. You know, um, I think we need to fight for these brothers' rights, man. You know, they obviously identify as women, and they want to play in the WNBA. We got to support our brothers so they make these type of decisions, guys. All right, these guys seem like they just want to go and play a sport that they love. Who are we to tell them that they can't do that when the league that they're trying to enter into allows men who want to identify as women to join their league? I think these brothers are doing the right thing, man. I fully support them. Shout out to these brothers. I hope more guys come behind them and try to get drafted in the WNBA as well. Because what's going to happen? What's going to happen? If you don't draft these guys, right, and another team does, now you're at a disadvantage. This could actually revolutionize the WNBA as we know it, right? So I'm a full support of these brothers. Shout out to everybody who predicted this day coming. And shout out Juana, man. I'm gonna land my plane there.
Now I'm gonna just say, y'all, according to my information, I don't know that you actually have to declare as a woman to be in the WNBA. The NBA, the WNBA seems to have terms that said they're all inclusive or they welcome everybody. So I don't
Oh,
even know if you actually have to say you're a woman to even be a part of WNBA. I don't know what the language is, but we do know that Enos Cancer Freedom signed the contract. He signed the paperwork and did say he's fulfilled every single requirement. So I'm looking at this big old man who's fulfilled every single requirement that has seen all the information, or he got his team and he understands exactly what he has to be in order to be a part of that league, and he now qualifies. So I don't even know that you got to even say you're a woman. They say the language said we welcome all. Okay. So if you're all inclusive, you're all inclusive. It is what it is. But let me let these other guys get in. Tunnel Runner, the sponsor of today's stream. Glad to have you here, my brother. You got the mic. What you gonna do with it?
Okay, Roger, if you can follow me, this is just like going overseas. You qualify over here to play in this game. When you go overseas, you're going to be playing the WNBA. You're going to be bigger, stronger, and have more opportunities. You might be able to even make the same kind of money. So, she say play day. Yes, you can, brothers. Go and play. Go and play. Have some fun.
I see what you did there, brother. I see what you did. Interesting way to look at it. Interesting way to look at it. Okay. The champ is here. The champ is here. Champ, where you going with it, brother? Where you going with it?
What's going on, Roger? Happy Wednesday. Let me just say, I watched the WNBA, and I kind of wish my city, St. Louis, would have a team and everything else. Maybe it will happen in the next maybe 5 or 10 years. We'll see. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy watching Jay Wilson and all the other ladies. I forgot that lady's name who plays for the Lynx, but she's really good in her. I mean, she's better than Caitlin Clark right now. But what we're watching right now is what they had going in the WNBA right now, unfortunately, is starting to become a little bit of a clown show right now. And yeah, you got the collective bargaining agreement. I agree they deserve to be paid for, but what you did in writing, in some of the rules, you just opened up a very unfortunate Pandora's door. And it's a shame that you guys did that. You don't necessarily, you're not thinking right, okay? Because when you do something like that, there's going to be some repercussions, and you're going to allow these dudes in here who want to play in the WNBA. You want them in the league and everything else. So you kind of screwed yourself. You played yourself and everything else in all the process. So these ladies in the WNBA who are union members need to look themselves in the mirror and need to go up there and try to renegotiate what they did with that contract and everything. So I'm gonna land my plane there.
Okay. That's everyone in. That's everyone in. We can.
Roger, I want to say something about the language. They did the Ketanji Brown thing where they refused to describe a woman as a biological woman, and it makes it very ambiguous. This is where they're at, and since they want to be Ketanji Brown's sports sister, they gonna have to pay the price for it, bro. When you refuse to label a woman as exactly what she is, as a biological woman, this is what you get. So I want these brothers to go in there and score 89,000 points a game, man. That's what I want to see. I want all the records broke on the first week of the season. I want all records broken.
Yeah, because champ, this is just the response to what they've been pushing, man.
Yeah.
They've been trying to teach all our kids their alphabets for a while now, and they've been pushing this very thing. So
Right.
we can't like push back on the response to it. We just
But
gotta let the response to it happen.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this, y'all. I'm gonna say this, because I just looked it up myself because I wanted to be sure because I remember doing stories on the WNBA and how people weren't making 270,000. So yeah, I googled it too, and I see it's a massive increase. That's what it say, y'all. Massive increase. All right, it was people that could make as low as 66,000, beforehand. But now that they got the new collective bargaining agreement, okay, now this is the new collective bargaining agreement. I don't know how long this collective bargaining agreement is gonna last, but these agreements they could be, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years. The new agreement say 270, man. And now I'm gonna say this. As a man, this might change my way of thinking. Because if I'm a man, I want to live my dream. My dream ain't coming quite the way I want it to come. But if I get into this WNBA, I can make a splash. Now, if you're telling me I can make at least 270, well, I can provide for myself. Let's say I got a girlfriend. I can provide for my girlfriend. Okay. Let's say maybe I'm even thinking about proposing. Well, I could take care of her. I could take care of my fiance. Let's say you maybe a little younger and you just own the ball already when it comes to marriage. I got a wife now. Can I take care of my wife making 270 grand a year? Maybe I can. Maybe I can. I think you'd be all right. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, what market you gonna live in, I don't know. But I mean, as a person who lives in Chicago, which is one of the bigger markets in the nation anyway, I think you'd be all right with 270,000. You could take care of yourself. You could take care of your wife. Heck, you can even have a kid or two. Now I understand this is sport. We can't say this type of money ain't gonna necessarily last forever. But if I could just get 3, 4, 5 years in, if I don't go crazy with the money, I can set my life up a little bit. I can buy a nice home, nice neighborhood, nice quiet neighborhood. You know, I don't even gotta have no neighbors right up on me. You know, maybe I only make this money for 5, 6, 7 years, and then it's over with. But by that time, I'd have paid out the house already. You got a couple nice cars already. We straight already. When my WNBA career as a man won't work for me anymore, I go get a regular job and I'm straight. Okay, I got the big stuff handled already.
Yeah,
So
what they need to do,
go ahead.
they need to keep that same energy that they had when they pushed Congress to release the Merchant of Death, bro, in exchange for Brittany Griner, bro. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Support these men. Support these men on their journey. Okay, we gotta keep the same energy, bro.
I don't say that energy don't even sound right, but I feel you. I get what you're saying though. Now shout out to Black Who's Straight, y'all. He said the WNBA will just collude together and avoid drafting and signing them. It would be too damaging to the league to allow it to happen. Now, Blackwood makes a point, and I do believe they're going to talk to each other to try to do something about this. Now, he also says, and it would not surprise me if the WNBA and the NBA Players Association intervenes before it gets too far. Well, they got a good 7, 8 months before the time comes. They got a good 7, 8 months. They could come up with a plan. You can get some guys together, you know, to come up with a plan on how this gonna work and how this not gonna work and how we gonna make this move so it's not gonna be right, or they can get all this to calm down. But I'm just being realistic, man. If I'm a man and I got basketball dreams and I find out the WNBA playing 270 a year, I'm declaring. Real
Rod,
talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Roger,
agree,
we
Roger.
need every member of the G League to just come on over to the WNBA.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man. I'm
The
telling you.
G League,
whole G League.
G
Did they say
League.
all inclusive? They said all inclusive, right? So
Yeah.
can we get AAU kids in there too?
Oh, come on, bro.
Oh man.
Come on,
Can we
bro.
get AAU kids in there too? Come on now.
Well,
All
look,
inclusive.
I'm not I'm not up here saying that I want the WNBA overran by a bunch of men. What I'm saying is because there's so much time between now and April of 2027, information starts to get around. I'm a young man. Don't let me be a young man coming out of high school and college ain't gonna even work out for me. But I can play some ball. You telling me 270? I'm 18, 19 years old. College ain't gonna work for me. Maybe I couldn't get a good score on the ACT or the SAT. And there's a $270,000 a year job available that I might actually qualify for. You think I ain't taking that chance? That's all I'm saying. Information gonna get out. You know, we got more than 6 months for people to find out what's really going on. And you got that massive increase in salary. See, I ain't know about the increase in salary till Waskin, a man cave, said that he was like 270. I'm sitting there like, man, I know what no 270. But now I do the Google. They say no, collective bargaining agreement, big old increase. 270 is pretty decent. That's all I'm saying. Who couldn't use the extra 260,000 for playing the sport you love? So you may have to play some women in the beginning. Am I willing to foul a woman so I can make that basket? Or my teammate can make that basket? Yeah, I'm willing.
And I push it right into the third row.
I ain't saying we gotta do flagrants, right? I ain't saying we gotta do flagrants.
You coming out of retirement to play, boy.
Well,
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you didn't
they
manage your
just
money right, you might come out of retirement. If
Yeah.
you're an NBA player, they didn't manage their money right. This may be your shot to
There you
get it
go.
just a little bit more right.
Mm-hmm.
270. Oh yeah.
And that's the low
yeah.
end.
Hey, hey, rubber my hands together like Birdman out here, man.
I'm just saying the 270 gonna be the low end, y'all. That's gonna be the low end. You
Man.
might actually be a stop. And again, y'all, I think the first guys, if this is allowed to go down, these guys gonna get some endorsement deals by some female companies or companies that deal in female products. I do believe. I think always is some maxi pads, but I believe always, for example, will come to a man and say, "You want to sell these pads for us? You want an endorsement deal?" Why would you not say yes? You a man that gets to push maxi pads. Everybody know you a man. Ain't nobody tripping. You know what I'm saying? And you just push these maxi. Why not? Why not? You're already in the WNBA. What can be
I,
said to you at this point?
I think we need about 20 to 50 men to join this league to make these women, one, stop talking crazy, and two, shut up about what we do is equivalent to what men do. They deserve this, man. They deserve
Yeah.
this because they've been talking crazy.
Yep, I fully support
Yeah.
it. Let's go. Let's
Hey,
go.
they kept.
They've been,
They would go ahead.
Man, I'll be outside protesting for this if I need to, man. And we all need to be on that same time. And if we need to protest to get these men in this league, that's what we're gonna have to do, brother.
You
We have
know,
to pick a
Obviously, we
side.
don't need
I
to
We have to
protest.
pick a side.
again,
We don't,
I just wish these ladies would just. You got something. You have a successful female basketball league that I love, enjoy watching, and everything else. And the players, I like. You really, I mean, I enjoy watching that rookie basketball player from Minnesota. I forgot her name. She's one of the big Afro and light skinned lady. She's really good. That's what we should be talking about. The way how she's been playing in her first year. She was. I mean, people were sitting up there hailing Peyton Clark and everything else. This lady, man, she's tearing up the league. She got her team in first place and everything else. And what's going on right now? We got the situation and everything else. These ladies that are talking about. Oh, you got all these ladies that are talking about. Oh, we're better than some of y'all men. We'll take you. We'll take some of the high school basketball players. Come on, stop it. Just stop. Just stop. Be quiet. Just focus on your league and everything else. Don't go up
Yeah,
there
man.
and just don't go up there and just be all pump your chest and everything else, asking being all masculine and everything else.
I see. Now y'all making me do what I got to do, y'all. We got to support women's freedom of speech now. We got to support the freedom of speech. These are American citizens now. Let them say what they want to say. Let them do what they
Yeah.
want to do. But I am
Yeah.
saying that when you say all that, if men start finding out the bottom tier of the WNBA is 270 a year, I mean that's something to shake a stick at. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
I
I ain't
mean, that's easy money right there. Goodness, you talking
Come on,
about you
bro.
showing up on the court, dropping some, dropping some buckets on some women for 20. Oh, come on, man. 270,000 to drop some buckets on some women, dog. Yeah, I'm taking that all day.
I
Taking it.
mean it's 270. Y'all, I'm not gonna even look at this as a male versus female thing. I'm just looking at realistically. I mean, you got a guy
Oh,
who had an 11-year NBA career who had to kind of lead a league because of maybe I can agree maybe the style of play was changing on him. He didn't quite fit it. But my thing is, he had 11 years. He need a job. He's just a guy who needs a job. But you know what this guy can do? He can play basketball. Now people are saying he wants to prove a point or it's political. I'm gonna say, y'all, maybe he's just the guy that know how to play basketball. I mean, they say the gentleman is Turkish, you know what I'm saying? So he's a Turkish man that lives in America. He's doing what he can to have the American dream. And now you tell him, and he probably paid more attention than I did. Y'all done told that man the league minimum is about 270 and he can hoop. I don't even see this as political. I see this
and
as a
they
Turkish man getting a job he's qualified to do.
and as part of that new collective bargaining agreement they got, they also get a 20% share of all WNBA revenue, I believe. So on
That's
top of
what
the
I'm.
salary,
That was my.
on
That
top
was
of the
my.
salary, man.
That
Go
was
ahead.
my first argument. He going back to get the money that came out his check.
I
Right there,
mean,
you go. There you go.
he had an 11-year career, so some money definitely went out of his check. That's for
To
sure.
fund that BS.
Now, I'm also gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let this new brother get in. If I'm Royce White, it says he only got 3 games, y'all. He wanted to be an NBA player. He did make it. He got 3 games with the Sacramento Kings. Could I use 270,000 a year to go play basketball? Could I use that? Probably. It is what it is at that point. So I understand. I think people are kind of impressing upon them that they're trying to quote unquote make a point. I don't even think it's necessarily that. It could be. I haven't heard them say it. It could be. But I'm just saying that if I only play, y'all put yourself in the guy's shoes. He made a lot of sacrifices to get into the NBA. He only got in 3 games. What type of contract did he have when he was playing in the NBA? Probably not the best one. And now somebody say it's a job over here. Well, we'll pay you 270,000 a year to play ball. Why would I just not take that job? Because that's good income. But I'm gonna turn it over to our new guest. Orgy in the shower is in the building. Let's see where he gonna go with it. Orgy in the shower, you got the mic.
Oh, thank you, Brother Roger. Hope everybody's doing well. And first of all, I would like to say these 2 brothers are American heroes because at the end of the day, this was America all about: equity, equality, freedom for all, right? Genderless bathrooms, 6'8" niggas and tutus reading My Two Daddies, to our children. So now, since the WNBA is the last frontier of the patriarchy of separating men and women, now everybody can be whatever they think they are. Now this 7-foot nigga thinks he's a woman with a penis. I believe him. And this 6'8" nigga 268, he believe he has a back vagina. I believe him too. So, and you know what? And all they're doing is paving the way for LeBron James to get his 5th ring in the WNBA just to catch up to Kobe. So LeBron, we're waiting for you, brother. Right? So, and it's a shame it didn't happen earlier, because then Michael Jordan, 2 failed kids, could have made it to the NBA and be just like Mike. But that's another story for another day. Anyway, I'm only going to use a minute. I'm not even going to use 3. I'm going to use a minute. Anyway, these brothers are passing, are doing what we have all wanted to do. And at the end of the day, if I can get 270, and plus, because we all got showers, and when they look at my dingling, I'm like, nah, baby, that's just my vagina be hanging out low. And every one of those hoes getting pregnant. And I'm gonna leave it there. And it's no longer called dingling, it's called vagina meat. Pass the mic.
I tell you what, he makes a good point about Michael Jordan's kids being in the WNBA back in the day. I mean,
they might be able to get it at 9.
Yeah, true.
They were college players.
Oh
man.
Magic Johnson's son need to go ahead and sign up. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me get my last 30
Shoot, Dwayne Wade's son too. Dwayne Wade's son needs to go ahead and sign up.
Yeah, hold fast. He want to put 30 more seconds in. Let him get it. Go ahead.
And please give a round of applause to Magic Johnson's son, because finally this nigga can go to the NBA and Magic Johnson can finally be proud.
Dude got shots for everybody. Okay.
Shout out Zaire Wade.
Well, I'm just saying, y'all, on the serious side.
And of course, Dwayne Wade's daughter / son / whatever the hell it is. Now
well, I'm gonna say, I mean, when it comes down to it, like I say, I don't know if these guys are really doing this for political reasons or trying to make a point. It might just be they need the money. And I don't think a lot of people really consider that. They just need some money. Well, they wasn't trying to join the league when it wasn't $270,000 a year, but now that it is, you know what I'm saying? Next year they out here getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Now I remember reporting on this, and I was like, yeah, you could be making a whole bunch of them that's a lot less than $270,000. Because I remember something about the lowest people. And then even as I looked it up, it said like the lowest people were making like $66,000 a year. $66,000 a year is cool for a job. You got you a job, you're making $66,000 a year. That's cool as far as what Americans make. That's cool money. It's what I'm saying, it's definitely an adult job and things like that.
I would do 66, sit on the bench and take shower with women, 6-foot women. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you would, of course. But I'm just saying. Well, number one, if you can get paid $50,000 plus to do what you love to do, you're already kind of in a good space, okay? But then when you start taking the number to 270, well, a man got to look at that money. That's what I'm saying. A man has to look at that. And you just don't shake off 270 unless you just paid for real already. You know what I'm saying? Because if you offer me a job right now for 270, I got to consider it. I got to at least consider it, So my thing is the women been fighting to get more money for a good amount of time. Obviously, it has worked, and we gave them more money. Okay, which is something that men do. We give women what they ask for. If we be for real about it. So if your low end is 270,000, man, that's enough for a man to have enough money for himself, his wife, and his children, and have a decent life. Ain't maybe not the best, but a decent life. But 270 is this is the low end. You can get out there and start getting $1 million plus.
Yeah, after endorsements and stuff like that, they can probably each pull in like a couple million, because you got to imagine that actually WNBA probably be better. It'd probably be more watchable than like co-ed, because you have your dogs, you have your.
I'm
Yeah, that's what
gonna
I was thinking.
watch.
Like a co-ed
No,
WNBA
I'm
would be a lot
watching.
better.
Yeah.
If somehow these guys get in the league, I'm watching. That I mean, there's.
Yeah,
I'm not saying this to be political in any kind of way. I'm just saying this to keep it real. If
yeah,
they get
bro.
in, I am gonna watch.
Yeah. I actually tried to watch the WNBA, man, and I just can't do it, man. I
I
tried.
watch it.
I tried.
I watch it.
I tried, bro.
I watch it on ESPN and on CBS Sports and everything else. I'll be honest with you. I would love for the league to come, for a franchise to come to St. Louis or Kansas City, so I could just drive up there and watch a game and everything else. It's better than not having a professional basketball team. But I go back to that negotiation and them listening to Kajanji Brown and everything else, as their leader and everything else. I mean, they've really kind of put themselves in a box. They have everything going on with the WNBA right now. You got some really good basketball players on that team, and you screwed it up with this.
Well. Now, see, my thing is, let's be realistic about this. This is a sport. Companies come into business to earn money. You might actually be able to earn some money this time, because I think a lot of guys will be like me, not necessarily looking at it from a political standpoint. I'm gonna look just because it's men in the game with the women, so I'm going to now look. So now you take all these other people gonna have the same reaction to me. What is that doing? We're bringing eyes to this league, which means what? They can use that, you know what I'm saying, for their income, because they make money off these commercials. The eyes watching has a lot to do with how they get paid and make their income. So if a bunch of guys like me, we just want to see it, just to see what this look like.
Yeah, I mean,
the eyes are gonna be there.
Yeah, I mean, co-ed might end up being a better product than just the WNBA. And on top of that, man, I can't say they screwed it up. This is what women wanted. When Ketanji Brown was asked from Harvard Law as a Supreme Court justice, what is a woman? She said, I don't know.
There you go.
So this is what they wanted. Right? Yeah. They asked for this. Mark Lamont Hill was like saying, like, can a man have a baby? And he said yes. So, I mean, look, man, look. This is what you get. Down with the patriarchy, down with male rule, down with black male leadership. This is what you get.
Well, I'm proud of this nigga today. God, I'm proud of this nigga today.
But shout out to Black Cool Strike. He said, I enjoy women basketball for what it is. I wish they were as likable as the women who started the league 30 years ago. Now, I can agree with that, because I have watched some games. I'm going to say parts of a game.
Right.
Over time, I watched parts of a game. If I'm going to tell the truth, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm telling the truth. Now, when the league first started, I was like, okay, cool. And you know what? There was star power, and I still know those women's names, like, from way back in yesteryear. You know what I'm saying? They meant something. I don't even know the people playing today. I know Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark right now. If you are in the WNBA and your name is not Angel Reese and your name is not Caitlin Clark, I do not know you. And that's just being real. Yeah, okay, back in the day, I used to know a bunch of their names. They were likable people.
Lisa Leslie, Dominique
Dawes.
Yeah, from Dominique Dawes.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie,
Rebecca Lobo.
Kamicha Catchings.
Reggie Miller's sister name? She was pretty good.
Cheryl
She was
Swoop.
Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller.
Yeah,
Cheryl
Yeah.
Swoops.
Yeah.
yeah. I used to know, and they used to be. They were people, and because you saw them as people, well, personalities. I'm gonna say because you saw them as personalities, you definitely would be more in tune to watching their stuff. And now I have watched their games back in the day. I watched some of their games back in the day. I ain't gonna say I watched it like that, but I did actually watch
But the
actual
Olympics,
games when they was playing.
but the Olympics helped them out because they also represented America at the Atlanta Olympics.
Yeah.
So Olympics did help them out a lot too.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
my thing is they
a
didn't
woman
keep
who I enjoy. Go ahead.
I'm just saying they didn't keep the star power going. I don't know what the league was trying to do at that particular time, but they didn't keep the star power going. And then I got to a point where I couldn't save my life by naming the WNBA player.
Well, what the WNBA was trying to do, they were trying to make Caitlin Clark the next Larry Bird. That's what we were trying to, because they didn't like the fact that they saw AJ Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces, who's probably one of the greatest female basketball players right now in my generation. She was dominating the league along with Brianna Stewart and some, and they didn't like seeing that. They thought that Caitlin Clark would take the league to the next level and everything else, but she's struggling. She's kind of struggling.
Well, see, I'm gonna say this to you, Chad. The people you named outside of Caitlin Clark, I have no idea who they are. No idea who they play for. I cannot even picture their face or anything like that. I know nothing about anybody who ain't Caitlin Clark and who ain't Angela Reese. I don't know them people. And that's what I'm saying. They took a lot of years of doing a bad job where we knew who people were, and then we don't know who the people were. Yeah. And I'm gonna say shout out to Black Who Strikes, who said it took a bad turn with all the advertising of Muff Dive. Now I'm gonna say that probably hurt him a lot too, because back in the 90s we knew people. By the time the 2000s came in, or definitely by the 2010, you ain't know anybody. And I don't know friends who know them either. Like my friends don't know who's in the WNBA. I don't care how big of a basketball fan they are. They have no clue who's in the WNBA.
But the problem is, Roger, when these brothers get in there, man, a lot of star players will get pregnant. Because I know if I'm there with all that ass, and I'm 7'2", with all that ass, with a bunch of 6'1", 5'10" women.
Can't wait to get in the showers. Can't wait to get in the shower. Can't wait till the game over, man. Like, when is regulation over, man? Come on, man. I'm trying to go shower.
I don't know if they gonna share showers. I don't assume that's gonna happen.
Hold on, no. We gotta share showers. I identify as a woman. I can't be in the men's locker room.
I saw gonna be acting like Diamond from Players Club in there, man.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Well, I think the closest person. Well, the closest person to Enes Kanter, and all these low level male basketball players was Brittany Griner.
Well, I'm not gonna say that, because at the end of the day, they're just women, and none of them were men, so none of them was close to them. But
hold on.
When you put aside the joke, hold on. See, y'all want to make this. See, look, they not gonna be showering with these guys. I'm saying, look at this from a realistic aspect.
They have to, because this is the thing, right? They're cisgender, and I forgot the other names for it, right? But see, this is all because this all comes down to, I believe I'm a woman now, right? And if I can bend over and show you my asshole and say, this is what new pussy looks like, who are you to tell me it ain't?
A pussy.
I'm gonna read this real quick and address this. Shout out to Black Who Strikes. He says, how do you market a sport to men when most of the female stars are married to each other? It's a strange look. Now, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's a real thing, and what you were just saying is a real thing also. But I'm gonna say this, y'all. These are real people with real jobs getting real money now, because it's $270,000 a year. I don't care about them women like that. These guys, Well, I mean, Cancer had an 11-year career, so he might be straight. He might be straight. Okay, I'm gonna acknowledge he might be straight because it's 11 years, even with not the best contracts. Even though you got to spend a little kind of money when you travel from team to team, and they say he played for 5 different teams. That so the money won't necessarily be the same if you wasn't playing in so many different places. But you also got a guy who ain't played but 3 games. Okay, bro, I need to get my money right. I'm gonna come in there. I ain't finna act the fool. I ain't got to shout with them. Give me this $270,000 a year because I need money. I'm not finna blow this. I'm not finna play with this. And I think other guys, because there may be some other guys who gonna find out about this salary increase and they gonna declare too.
No,
Because
but
this,
he said in the interview in the link, he said that I'm a woman. He said it in there. The guy was
he
keeping
said
something.
sometimes he gonna identify as a woman for basketball purposes.
And Roger. Let's be real now. Let's be real. If any of these bras shower with Brittany Griner, they've seen vagina meat before, man. So that's not even a solid argument, bro.
Yeah. Excellent point. Excellent point.
Shout out to Yo from Florida. He also says, why not, Roger? If those quote unquote male players can file for discrimination, it's happening in high schools all over the country now. Look, man, at the end of the day, y'all, there is a point to prove, but there's also money to be made. I'm not going to mess up big money because I want to quote unquote shower with the women to make some kind of point. I don't care enough about them. And when money comes into play, a lot of times you let stuff go because of the money. That's all I'm saying. Now, and shout out to Black Cruiser Strike. He says, I do not support or trust Cantor. He has said and done some things that remind me of racism. What a man, they say the man from Turkey, so I'm pretty sure racism is all over the world at this particular, at least most of the world. So I'm pretty sure there's some racist stuff that's gonna go on with him too. But I mean, he's a white guy at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's white.
It is what it is. Yeah, so
a European is a European at the end of the day.
That's one way to say it. Yeah, that's one way to say it. But I ain't gonna put like this. I ain't gonna doubt no European. I'm not gonna doubt the racism of a European. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it like that. I ain't gonna doubt it. I ain't saying they all got to be racist. But if you say they're racist, I can accept it.
That is a prerequisite of being European.
It come with the territory,
Yeah.
Now, all that could very well be true, but again, y'all, I'm just looking at guys who want a job. I'm play ball. Somebody's willing to pay me $270,000 a year at least to play ball. I'm gonna be one of the first guys in the WNBA. This will get me some kind of endorsement deals. Whoever these guys are, they're coming this first class of drafted WNBA, but they getting some kind of endorsement deal. Heck, I would tell Always reach out to me. Put some package together what y'all want me to sell, and I'm with you. And I think Always sell maxi pads. I don't know. I'll try to check real quick, but I think this I just know they sell something feminine. Okay. And it's hard for me to come up with another company of just feminine products, but they out there and I sell them. I try to come up with something. Ain't it like a shampoo called Eve or something like that that's for women? Give me a deal. I'm pushing it for you.
You talking about Summer's Eve, and that's for the nether region, sir.
Yeah, exactly. A man that's in the WNBA pushing Summer's Eve. Is that not perfect advertising? If that ain't perfect advertising, I don't know what it is. Okay, that's real talk, man. Yeah. Wouldn't a woman want me, a NBA player, a WNBA player, to tell her how great, you know what I'm saying, of an option she has? If you gonna have to, you got to buy this stuff anyway. You might as well buy Summer's Eve. Okay, it makes me happy. Sound pretty good. Well, give me a check for that. I'm working with you because I would take checks for every feminine product I could get while I'm in the WNBA, and that's real talk. I'm already in the WNBA. Okay. Shout out to Black Rule Strikes again. He says, Roger, I might wait and see what the Always or Maxi Pad marketing program entails. I can see that going. I can see that going in backdoor directions, if you know what I mean. Hey man, all I'm saying is I'm gonna be in the commercial, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna do your commercial.
So y'all see how easily I can get when you drop the masculine complex and decide, you know what? Maybe I'm a female today. You can make 270 bands just like that. Man, it has never been a better time to be a man. You can just put on a wig and act like Joanna, man, and you make 270 bands. You can provide for your family. With 270 bands, now you can have a wife. And now they want 6-figure man. You make 6 figures now. You can provide for your wife now.
I don't think the wig is even required.
Hey man. If you see me in the WNBA, mind your own business, okay? I'm trying to work my tail off to provide for my family. You know, I got a wife, I got children. I can provide for them now. You know? Thank you, ladies. I couldn't have done it without y'all.
Man, you know what? I'm with you because for me, I could see myself in the interview. So what do you think about being this WNBA? Man, this is a great league. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to take care of myself. I'm being able to provide for my family. So was this your dream growing up? No, I want to play in the NBA. And you know what I'm saying? And maybe they'll give me a holler. But until they do, I'm over here putting in work. I got to stay NBA ready. Okay? I'll be putting in work right here for everybody to see. Okay?
And also, what's the problem? Who's against that idea? How many people are against that? For real?
Well, I mean, somebody's going to end up being against it because somebody's going to say, because it depends on what the effect is going to be.
What is your argument?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to depend on the effect. If one or two guys get in, and I'm going to say guys going to figure out about this new collective bargaining agreement, then more guys going to want to get in. And then people going to make an argument about we got to say these jobs for the women.
What is a woman?
That's up to the WNBA to decide, which at this particular point, it doesn't seem they've made a declaration yet on what a woman is. Now this is the thing. There's a trick bag that come into this situation because do you want to declare what a woman is? You done had about 30 years of not declaring. Do you want to declare what a woman is? And are you worried about who's going to be upset if you make that declaration?
I don't see the problem. I can put on a wig and act a fool for 270 bands. Shit, I need that money. My wife won't be happy.
Bro.
My wife won't be happy. Bronx, we can't hear you, bro.
What Bronx is repeating what I'm saying. They ain't no qualification saying you gotta wear a wig. You just get out there. Just get out there and start dunking on people.
I don't even have to wear a wig.
Yeah, just get out there and start dunking on them.
I don't wait.
Hey, bro, God is stopping you from talking, bro. God is stopping you from talking.
Listen. Let's clarify. I don't have to wear a wig. Is that right?
Not that we can tell. Okay, there's no information to say you gotta wear a wig.
I don't have to wear panties.
Brother. At the end of the day, Cantor has already said he's fulfilled all the requirements for him to be in the draft. All of them. And look at he's sitting there with with a beard and everything.
Oh,
You know, he doesn't fulfill
oh,
all the requirements.
oh. That my wife gonna be happy, man, if I get that job.
So my thing is, if you a hooper, I mean a serious hooper who can play at a professional level, I mean, do you go overseas or do you stay and go for the WNBA? Because I can make 270 in a few months. Now, realistically speaking, I can still go overseas because I only got to do this for this short period of time, and I can still go overseas after the fact. I made 270 over here, then I go overseas and make some big money.
I was
Because
with
they do say they pay you more overseas. You know, you know, you could change the world over there, and for your part time gig, you come over here back to the United States, for a few months, and you get you some championships here, and you can go down as the greatest WNBA player ever.
Hey Roger, obviously Christonian didn't watch NBA. This girl right now with shorter haircuts than you and me. This girl with blue afros playing basketball right now. So yeah, hairstyle doesn't.
I,
Yep,
I mean,
we lost them. We lost them, but we
that's
got Jay Moore who's come up, y'all. Jay Moore's
you
joined the
you
conversation, so we're gonna make some room for Jay
you're
Moore.
acting funny today, Roger. You did not even introduce me. I've been sitting on the panel for 20 minutes. You
Well,
never
I
bother
mean,
introduce
I
me.
didn't introduce you, but you did get on in, so you got yours. So
I got to pull chairs now, huh?
no. I'm saying you did get yours in, but I don't want to make the same mistake again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get Jay in. That's all.
You're not gonna say my name neither.
Oh well, okay. Well, you know what, y'all? We have. If you did not know, we got the blessings of Shay, Butthurt, and Isms. Okay, that was the the stylings of Shay, Butthurt, and Isms. Okay, yeah. So we get that read. All right. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Jay Moore, where you gonna go with this?
Man, what's up, Roger? Long time no see. It's good to hear your voice.
And always good to have you back, brother.
Definitely. I've been working nonstop, like 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. So,
See, the problem is you need to stop what you're doing and become a WNBA player, and I
oh
can
no,
hook
that's
you
what I'm
up with
thinking.
270. I can
That's
hook
what I'm
you up with
thinking right now.
270, baby.
I will get back in shape completely, start running and jumping and everything. I'll be right in there. Soon as I see these guys get drafted in the league, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm like, you know what? I always see myself in some type of basketball team before, but hey, if I could make it to the NBA, I mean WNBA, that's still close enough. That's good enough for me. I'll make that whole thing much more popular and richer and stuff, because if you get to see all these dudes dunking in that stuff, it'll be amazing. Honestly, I'll do it. That's one thing. I'll just do it. Honestly, I think it's a good idea. I hope they do, because that game needs something to change up and probably keep a lot of these female basketball players in check from like checking all these chicks in a horrible way. Like basically uppercutting them and just choke slamming them.
All right.
Shoot.
Okay. Now, y'all. My thing is this, y'all. Is this going to be good for the WNBA, or is this going to be bad for the WNBA?
It'll be great for the
I think it's
WNBA.
going to be
It'll give it
good.
more
Yeah.
views. They get more views, more money. They've been asking for more money, more pay. This will get it right there. Just imagine like a 6'7" basketball player, like 6'7" dude, player like 240 pounds of muscle, just going in there, just checking all these chicks and just throwing them around. It'd be like a Marvel movie in real life.
Well, I'm gonna say, all jokes aside, I would be interested in knowing what defensive scheme you're gonna have to Enos Cantor Freedom.
Oh, they're gonna cry.
Well,
What defensive scheme are you really gonna have for this man?
Oh no, they're just gonna cry on the floor and say, "This is not fair. This is not fair."
Well, would you have like a updated rule or something to make it to where, since it's a co-ed space, then the I guess
It's
the
not a.
women can't guard the men and the men can't
It's
guard the
not a.
women. They kind of switch
It's
up
No,
not
roles.
a
no, no,
co-ed.
no, no. That
No,
defeats the game of
it's
basketball.
it's not a co-ed space, sir. It's not a co-ed space. And who are you to stop me from body checking one of these women with these fat asses out here? Who are you to try to rule against that? No, no. I gotta get. I'm definitely
And
playing
matter,
power forward on the block
and
every
matter of
play.
fact, matter of fact, one of the guys said it too. Was like, "Hey, man, like, hey, I consider myself a dude all the time, but when I'm in there, I'll be a girl. Like, so who are you to like, question my gender right now? Like, if I believe that I
Yeah,
am a dude,
nah,
I mean, I will do
I
it
like what
just to
y'all
be there.
saying.
I
Trust me,
mean,
trust me. I like what y'all saying. I like what
Gentlemen,
y'all
I
saying.
don't, I
I
don't, I
agree.
don't, I don't, I don't like what y'all doing. If you just assume my gender,
Exactly. Why are you
what
assuming
what
my gender?
this is the thing, y'all. It's the WNBA. If you in the game, none of that stuff is gonna matter. They're in the game at this particular point. So now you're gonna have these men, who, if necessary, identify as women for basketball
I was gonna say
purposes.
those aren't men. Those aren't men.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
Got to
no,
kind
no,
of
no,
look at that,
no,
Roger.
no, 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 no,
Hold
no.
on.
The great Katanji Brown already let us know what a woman is, and the answer is I don't know. So you
She
tell
don't
What?
me.
know.
What? No,
Hey, Roger,
I
Roger.
get what you're saying, but this is the WNBA, y'all. The WNBA has its own language about what they're going to do, and they haven't did anything where these two gentlemen can't be a part of this league, and that's just what it comes down to at the end of the day. Do they
That's
have
right.
to declare themselves as women for basketball purpose? I don't even know that that's actually in there because when I was looking at what's in there, that I kept hearing stuff about all, everyone is welcome, and everybody can do this. It was no language of what it was. Nobody said that there was any language about male or female gender at all. So at the end of the day, the WNBA is open to anybody who wants to participate. And so my thing is, if these guys come participate, it's either going to be a good thing for the league or it's going to be a bad thing for the league. I think it's going to be a good thing because men like myself are going to be curious on how this stuff is going to play out. And I'm going to watch games simply out of curiosity. Just real talk. And when you got people watching out of curiosity, sometimes people get hooked. I'm not saying I'm going to get hooked, but I'm saying there will be some percentage of the men who are going to watch out of curiosity that are going to get hooked. And they're going to start watching this on a regular basis. Then there will be some guys who are probably going to watch these guys' games, or if any other guy gets into the league, they'll watch the games that have the guy on the team. That will start to become regular. I'm pretty sure. Now, this will help the WNBA because it's going to become more popular. Now, as that popularity grows, y'all know how women can be just off general, but of course you're going to have women with agendas and political things and all that. They're going to have to come out here and say we got to protect these jobs for the women. There's only so many WNBA teams. I'm going to look up and see how many teams they got at this particular point because I don't think it's more than 15. But I'm gonna say I ain't looked it up in a long
Yeah,
time.
I think it's like 12.
And you know what, Roger? Let me put it like this, right? When some girls used to try to fight me or something like that, or try to get in my face and try to act all wild and rowdy, I used to just go in and grab my wig and put that thing on, and I have my beard right out with the wig, and it's just they calm right down real quick. That's what I'll do in the damn in the WNBA. It's like, okay, you want to play? You want to play this whole, oh, you don't know what gender is? Then I'm gonna be right there in the middle with you. I put on a wig right then and there, and I'll be dunking on all of you. I wouldn't care.
My thing is we got to keep in mind these are not people making political statements. These are just women playing basketball with women, and that's all they see it as.
Nah,
Unless they
because that
come
one,
out,
no, one,
unless they come out publicly and saying something, they are not doing all this political stuff. They're just trying to play basketball in a women's league. So this
nah,
is not
Roger,
what
it's
they're
a lie
fighting for.
because
That's not true.
no,
That's not
one of
true.
their players right now, Brittany Griner, she calls herself a dude all the time. So she says she's a man. So why can't I just say I want them? They do be playing political stuff during that whole entire
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
during the WNBA stuff.
everybody has political views, regardless of what your job is. But what I'm saying is the people who make up the teams, these are just individuals playing on a woman's team because they like basketball, and this is where they can earn money. And there are 15 teams right now, y'all. So I was, I hit the nail on the head. There's 15 teams right now in the WNBA. So I understand what y'all are saying from political stuff, but they're not the ones going in making votes. They're not determining what women is on a public stand. They're just women on a basketball team. Same way you have men, they're on a basketball team. You can carry some level of influence when you have a spotlight on you, but these are just women playing ball at the end of the day. So this ain't really about their political views. We don't even know who on these teams, so we definitely don't know their political views because you can't even identify them to identify their political views. Now you know what I'm gonna say. You reminded me of Brittany. See, I lost the name. What's her last name? Griner. Okay, Griner. Okay, so that's a third name. If you say her name, I could come up with the fact that she's a WNBA player. It might take me a moment, but I can figure it out that she's a. So that's three. I know three WNBA players at this particular time. Three.
And
I know
I bet the first two is
two for real, and I know one a little bit.
And I bet the two that you know is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Exactly. The only reason Brittany Griner got famous because she got arrested and went to Russia, going to Russia.
Roger, the one difference between the NBA and the WNBA is only one thing: the size of the ball.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm gonna say this. The other thing is, even though I don't even watch basketball the way I used to, I still know players' names. I still see things about what the players are doing. They drive attention. They make their presence known. You see what I'm saying? Like I know some of these people. I barely watch football because, as I've said before, I'll start watching when the Bears are in it, and then I'll stop when the Bears are out. And that's if they don't make the playoffs, I just stop watching, and I don't watch nothing else till the Super Bowl come up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even watch it like that. But there's there's NFL players I am familiar with. Okay, they make their presence known. The marketing is there. I'm not gonna slam the WNBA for the way they handle things, but they don't make their people known no more. It's over with. And the only reason I know about Caitlin Clark is because she became such a big sensation. And then Angel Reese pretty much attached herself to Caitlin Clark's name. Well, when you start mentioning Caitlin Clark, you start mentioning Angel Reese, which I think was a brilliant marketing move for her. The only reason I know who Brittany Griner is because I'm a content creator and did a story about it. If I don't do a story about how she got caught with the weed at the airport, I don't know this lady. That's real talk. There's no way for me to even know who she is. So
we let the merchant of death. We let the merchant of death go for her, man. They owe us.
Which makes, it don't even make sense that we trying to trade a basketball player for somebody called the merchant of death. That ain't even make no sense to me. Especially for somebody who ain't that big a deal. I could at least understand if she was the face of the NBA or something, or a league that actually makes money. But we talking about a person who plays in a league that don't even make money. We might as well have traded somebody playing Pee Wee baseball for the merchant of death. You know what I'm saying?
This man supplied the Taliban. He supplied the Taliban.
Yeah, when I started looking at what he was doing, and I'm like, we trade her for him. Man, they can have her. You know what I'm saying? Let her keep her. Let them
he was selling guns globally, man.
So my thing is, I'm trying to look at this stuff from this realistic standpoint. And again, I'm gonna say for these two guys, this might just be a job they need. Now, maybe Cantor is okay. Maybe. In his Cantor freedom, he might be okay. But when you've been on 5 different teams in 11 years, your money ain't stacking like that.
And you,
9 times out of 10, your money is not stacking like that.
and Roger, don't forget this. There's a lot of ex NBA players that are broke right now that need some extra money. I think this will be fantastic for some retired black men that went through hard times to finally start making some money again.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's just about opportunity. Once now that they have raised the low end to 270,000, and this is what I'm saying. This Royce White guy, which I had to look up, had no clue he was. The man played 3 games for Sacramento, so he ain't really made no NBA money, probably for the most part. You know what I'm saying? 3 games, that could have been a 10-day contract. I don't know that it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I don't know that he got a rookie deal, but when you only get in 3 games, that ain't saying you the greatest. So he could literally be on there. Well, bro, they paying 207,000. I need some bread. These bills hitting me upside the head right now. These debts I have, all this sacrifice I did to try to make it into the league, this stuff is catching up to me. My credit is 493.
Okay.
I need a job that's gonna pay me some bread. You know?
And Roger, let's not forget this though, man. Like he played 3 games in the NBA. That man is an NBA player at the very least. And let's not forget also that, hey man, even the lowest player or the suckiest player in the NBA is probably the #1 player for the WNBA.
Yeah, that's
So
like
why don't we let them do it? Because high school players, even street ball like people that never even made it into high school basketball teams or anything like that could beat any of these
What,
WNBA players.
what
So,
the thing is, your feelings about that, could be valid, may not be valid. It kind of
oh
depends.
no, it's valid. It was actually a video showing like
No, no, hold on, brother, because there's a piece I'm trying to say. The thing is, the league ain't keeping them out. The rules didn't just change about who can play and who can't. They made changes about money. They weren't trying to keep the men out. The men ain't been gravitating toward that. But I'm saying now that you're talking about 270 on the low end, that's enough for men to start gravitating to.
exactly. That's enough for me to
So
even just quit my job to go there and play that. That's a
no, no,
lot.
no. That's the job. Who got a
Exactly.
job paying 270 a year? Not a whole lot of people. Okay, it's a small percentage of people who got a job that actually pays 270 a year. So if you actually got basketball skill and you think you can get in the league, why wouldn't you go over there? Which is why I honestly believe that's why they're going. I don't think they're going over there to make this quote unquote political point that people are trying. Now maybe they are, and I just haven't seen it. I'm not gonna say there ain't something to that possibly, but I'm just looking at now that the low end is 270. Yeah, it make all the sense in the world to go over there and play ball. Why not?
So Roger, by next year, are you gonna, sign up for the draft for the WNBA?
If
Because
I
I'm
was
thinking
good
about it
enough,
now.
bro, if I was good enough to believe I can make it, I would be over there trying to get. It's 270, bro.
Hmm.
That's all it is.
Look,
If I
all I
thought I was
know,
that good, it's 270. I'm taking my shot.
all I know is that after this year, LeBron is going to go over there to try to get his fourth ring, and he probably still have to super stack over there too.
Hey Roger,
yeah,
after playing
he
for
gonna have to
Philly,
get Caitlin Clark.
after LeBron plays for Philly, he's gonna want to change.
Well, speaking, yeah. Somebody mentioned about Brittany Griner. You know she's paying child support for her exes.
I mean, she's a WNBA player. Why shouldn't she?
I mean, she's a black man. She's a black man.
She's definitely
Oh,
not no black man. She's definitely not that. She ain't close to a black man. I'm gonna say shout out to Black Who Strikes. He says, I heard Royce was a good player, but his career collapsed because he could not effectively meet the traveling requirements because he had/has an extreme fear of flying. And shout out to Black Who Strikes. Now, I also heard that too. When I was looking into him, that came up. The man don't want to get on no plane. Now, you don't want to get on no plane, but you're trying to play in the NBA. You got to pick one. And unfortunately, he picked not to fly. It seems like, and if you ain't that great and you can't fly, the team ain't gonna do too much for you. And how do you get your practice in if you got all these hours in the car driving from place to place to place? Because you got a game here or there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get a back to back. You can't get around and do what you need to do to effectively stay in basketball shape. So it does turn into an issue. Now, if he's gonna swallow that pride to make a run at this WNBA, cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But like I say, y'all, to me, this is not the people of the league ain't the ones making political issues and stuff. It's people that control the league that can make the political statement. It's the people that's not part of the league that can make the political statements. Your senators, your House of Representatives and things like that. Those are the people that make the political statements. These people are just trying to play ball. And even though you can consider this, I'm trying to make a political statement, man, it's a job paying $270,000 a year. Why is that not serious? They didn't want to play in the league before it was $270,000 at the low end. We ain't heard nothing about no man trying to play in that league when you could get that $66,000 a year. We ain't heard nothing about men trying to do that. But it's $270,000. That's a different level.
I don't think it's the money.
What
I don't
you
think
think
it's the
it is?
money at all. I think it's something that you're refusing to admit is that these females,
I'm
the
refusing.
players made political statements about they're as good as the men. Angel Reese was on camera in a press conference saying we're as good as the men. They were wearing T-shirts to all the games saying pay us what you owe. It was a statement backing up that they were saying they were as good as the men. Bro,
Who
I'm
told Josh Hart? Who told Josh Hart they beat them or beat him 1-on-1? Was that Angel Reese?
yeah, Angel. No, it
Yeah,
wasn't
that was
Angel.
no, it was
It
somebody
wasn't
else. It was
Angel
another one.
Reese.
It was another one.
No,
Yeah,
Brittany Griner said she believes she could beat DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one.
Yeah, but somebody else challenged Josh Hart as
on
well.
camera on his
I have to.
podcast.
Yeah, bro, listen, these women have been doing this for a while, trying to force the WNBA to pay them more money. They're making statements that can't be, that before now couldn't be proven. So I'm glad, listen, this is equality. This is what equality looks like.
And honestly, it's like, look, man, these chicks been asking for it, and this is where I kind of blame some of these NBA players. Become like, you should have just offered up. That's a lot of money that could have been offered, like could have been put on the table for this type of showing. They need to be shown like, okay, since you believe that you could take on some of these players over here, then let's play them. Let's
Well,
just really play them.
I mean, but bro, if you're an NBA player, you don't really need to do that because you already got money for the most part.
Yeah, but it's just for the love of
That's
the game.
But
That's why I said this is not about money. Enes Cancer, man, played on some very good teams. He was a starter. He was, I believe, he was an All Star a couple of years too. Bro, this ain't about money for this dude, bro. It's not.
I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna look up this dude's net worth. that'll give us that'll give us some kind of idea of what's going on.
I mean,
Okay.
he played with OKC with Russell Westbrook and
Yeah, when they, yeah,
yeah,
he
he
played with
played,
Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook,
yeah,
Steven Adams, Serge Ibaka. Yeah, man, that dude was
he got
balling.
money. He got money. He's doing this. He's definitely doing this for political moves.
And you know what? These dudes need to be petty enough. If it was me and I got that challenge, I would have been so petty enough to be like, okay, bets on.
I'd be surprised if he's worth less than 50 million, bro. I'd be very surprised.
I believe the dude that played for three NBA games got paid more than all of these people combined.
You think no, okay? Possibly. Depends on where you get the information from. But when I just looked at it, it says he has an estimated net worth of $2 million.
You said 2 million?
An
He said 40.
estimated net worth of $40 million.
40 mil.
I'm shocked it's that low, but he don't need the money. Yeah, go on in there, go on in there and bang him up. Bang them up. I want to see women admit they need to shut up talking about men. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see
Mm-hmm.
come out of this.
Now, shout out to Black Rules Strike. He said Asia Wilson said she could beat Josh Hart 1v1, y'all.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
I mean, I
That's
understand confidence. I do. I ain't gonna tell nobody not to be confident, but yeah, I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
I
come
mean,
on.
this is not even
I
Roger.
heard
This
it
is not
said
even.
that.
This is not confidence. This is somebody believing that they could fly jumping off a cliff right now. That's what I'm hearing.
Hold on, who is Josh Hart? Who
Did
is Josh
somebody just
Hart?
use Josh Hart plays for
Josh
the
Hart is a small forward.
for the Knicks.
What?
Lakers is best with
No, he
Houston.
plays for the Knicks.
He does now, but he was drafted by the Lakers.
Yeah.
But the Houston, he's a good player, man. Pretty good player, solid player too, man.
Yeah, he a Knicks shooting guard right now. Well, that's what they got him listed as on the internet. He's a Knicks shooting guard. So he might have just won a championship then. Now, if you a shooting guard on the championship Knicks, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to get exactly what you're looking for out here. Sometimes the nail gonna have to hit that head, yo. Shout out to Black Rules Strike. He says, I am ambivalent about this because while I do not like a lot of what WNBA players do, I also think that there are a lot of racism behind this. This racism has come with Clayton Clark. Oh, excuse me. This racism has come with Caitlin Clark.
I mean, it's true, but at the same time, it that comes with every single NBA game and WNBA game. That's always going to be a part of the system. We in America, so I mean, I'm not trying to just make it seem like it's something that's not important, but that is a part of the game.
I mean, they still white.
Racism sells. Racism sells.
White people are still white. So,
And Caitlin Clark was supposed to be the it girl for the WNBA. She was supposed to be.
No, she has been. She has been.
Well, she has been, but she hasn't been as impactful because because a lot of white folks are complaining about her getting her. She's getting fouled pretty hard and everything else. They were complaining about this white chick here, Cunningham, getting fouled hard.
You get to complain.
Yeah.
When you're a fan, you get to complain. But I'm gonna say the results of her being in the league have been good results. I never read that she made the league profitable, but they lost less money though. They did lose less money, which is a good thing.
And one thing I could say though, thanks to Clayton Clark, I learned 3 basketball players' names because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even know any of these WNBA players ever in my life. She did a lot for the game of the WNBA. She did a lot for that organization.
I mean, to me, that's not even a joke.
I know 2 teams now. Chicago Skies and the Sparks. Indiana Fevers, whatever. See, I barely still know, but I know enough to know something thanks to her. She did something.
Well, I gave her props for that, and I'm saying that's a very real thing. That's how you sell your league. You people got to attach to something, and people got to know something to attach to. And shout out to Black People Strike. He says no, the racism has been extra behind Caitlin. I am not blaming her for it. They have just wanted her to be something she is not.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they want. They want her to take over the league and dominate and be like Larry Bird.
Yeah, but that's where you can see all the girls on all these teams and not want that at all. They've been beating the hell out of her. It's like, nope.
I mean, Larry did a good job, so I'm gonna say being like Larry Bird is not enough to truly dominate. I mean, he got 3 rings. I ain't disrespecting Larry, but he got 3.
Yeah.
Magic got 5. So he didn't quote unquote dominate. He did a very good part. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's good to get 3 rings in as an NBA player. I can't say that's nothing because a lot of people don't even get to the finals. He got 3 rings. That's something to be very proud of. But at the end of the day, it's just 3 rings, and it's a lot.
But
But
I
he
mean,
got 3 rings, while his counterpart got 5 in that same time span.
It's true, Roger. What you're saying is true, but don't forget he dominated for white folks. That's what it is. 3 rings. I mean, let's keep it a $100. That's pretty. That's like 17 rings in white people comparison in white people years.
They
Everybody
love him,
knows.
man. They love him. They love
Everybody
him.
knows that a white man ring is worth 5 nigga rings. So Larry Bird got 15 rings, and let's not forget, Magic had Kareem, so half his stuff don't count anyway. Because Magic had Kareem, so
Here we
that's
go.
why.
Here we go.
He throwing chairs, man.
And then plus,
Stay there for the back
and don't
check.
forget during those
Stay there for the
years,
back check.
don't forget during those
stay on
years.
subject. We're gonna stay on
But
subject.
I just want to say one last thing. Don't forget during those years, they were really upset because too many niggas dominating that damn league. It was like, yo, man, at least we got Larry Bird. It's kind of like I'm not gonna put it. It's kind of like Eminem. He's like the Eminem of the NBA, basically. I mean, Eminem is good. He's good, but you know what I'm saying.
All right, I'm gonna read this by Black Hoover Strikes. We're gonna get back to the subject of the show. He says, Black Hoover Strikes says, I think Larry gets more than 3 rings if he doesn't break his back. I get your point, Roger, but I saw Larry play. He is the best small forward I saw. Now, Black Hoover, I ain't gonna argue about that. I know that injury slowed Larry down, and I agree with you. If Larry didn't get hurt, he probably would have got some more.
But I would say this. I would say this. If Magic could have went to the WNBA now, he probably wouldn't get 5 rings. That nigga probably got 2 because he would have got HIV a lot sooner.
Y'all is something else sometimes. I am gonna say this now.
He would have got HIV in like year 3. That would have been it. And like 25% of the WNBA would have some type of STI.
Now I am gonna say this though. I do believe if you get one guy on the WNBA team, there's a lot's gonna happen because we're gonna see if that one guy will actually net them a championship. It's picking up one guy an automatic championship. Because I'm not gonna say it is, because these are women that can ball. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know if y'all ever played with a woman who can ball, but when a woman can ball, she can still do some stuff. So does one guy mean you automatically win a championship? Not necessarily, because these guys
yes.
probably won't end up on the same team. No way, if they're actually selected. But it will be an interesting story to see if one guy will take you to the finals. That's gonna be interesting.
See, the thing about it is, it depends because you got to think about the mental game aspect of it, right? Because the night before I did the point guard, then 2 days before that I did the center. Now they cutting up and they don't want to cooperate. So no, you ain't gonna win, right? You ain't gonna win.
Sir, if somebody drafts Enos Cancer and he actually plays starter minutes, that man gonna average 50 plus.
Yeah.
He's gonna average 50. And the other team is gonna have to shoot threes because nobody's gonna score the paint. Nobody.
And don't forget this, man. That dude is going to be posterizing all of these chicks no matter what.
All right, go ahead. Stank Black Reset is in the building, so let's see where he wants to take it. Okay, let's see where he wants to take it.
We still let him get away with that. All right. Let's see what we're doing.
You know what? Maybe we need to address that off air, but we never did address it. So sometimes stuff slide through here.
I took a bath today, man. Don't do me.
We not talking about you, bro. We talking about Stank Black Reset, and he's an American citizen, and he has freedom of speech. Okay, we gonna let him get his freedom of speech in. Okay, if you do not mind, sir. Stank
Now,
Black Reset,
I need to
please.
call Friday because I'm going to be off. I
Whoa,
got to
whoa, whoa.
prepare.
He talking business, y'all. He talking business. We don't need to be all
Mute
up
him.
in that man business, okay?
Mute
Hold
him
on
up.
real
Mute
quick.
him up.
Boom, there we go. There we go. All right. We don't need to know where he written from and all that type of stuff.
Hey, he
We
had
don't
his
need
he had his business voice on.
nah, he was doing somebody else. Look, I told you I need a large. I told you I need a sedan, and you trying to get me with these little these
Hey,
a Mini
Shark.
Cooper.
Hey, hey, Shark sounded like Mark for a second there.
No, that was Champ. That was Champ.
Oh,
Nah,
Chan.
Oh, that was
yeah.
Champ. Oh, okay, all right, all
Yeah,
right. I thought that
but
was
All right,
Shark.
so
Stank Black Reset. You got the flow, brother. You got the flow.
so
Man.
my bad to Black Reset. I just wanted to let them know today and yesterday I identify as a stank Black Reset. So don't mind me. Don't mind me. But honestly, um, to well, I wasn't even gonna call him, but then Uru said what he said. If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, wouldn't nobody be watching the NBA? She's the best thing to happen to the NBA, to the WNBA since it started. And these guys are going to bring a resurgence to what Caitlin Clark brought to WNBA. To be honest with you, because nobody was even talking after her little buzz went down. Nobody was even talking about WNBA after that. So this is really going to bring a lot to WNBA if they don't mess this up. And brothers, this is what we got to start doing. We got to start holding feet to fire. We got to make them stand on whatever they talking about. 10 toes down. You gonna stand on it? That's what you want to do. All right, well, bet. Here we come. And I wonder what I wonder what they're going to do once they see that they can't compete. Because this is going to be ridiculous. I think Roger said it that they rookie year they're going to get a ring, and I'll leave it at that.
And yo,
You're going to be a
it's not holding.
34-year-old rookie that got a championship ring your first year. That's
And
great.
bro, it's not holding their feet to the fire. It's holding their gasoline covered feet to the fire. They've
Yeah,
been talking hella shit for a while, man. They got a lot of oil and gas all over them. We
No,
gotta let them burn with reality hell.
but this goes. We got to extend it beyond the female players. This goes to the point of when it's all of a sudden we're ignorant. We are we're backwards thinking. Now you see that now the alternative lifestyle is intruding into spaces where you make money. See, this was the benefit of the patriarchy. We kept you safe. Now you're saying down with the patriarchy. Now look what you're gonna have because all this is just open the door to alternative lifestyle people now taking away college college scholarships, sports athletic scholarships away from young women, and now you're going to take away money from women because you open the gate to this bullshit and you still on this hating men when really the people that's doing you the worst harm are the alternative lifestyle. Not
yep.
only are they harming your money, but they're also harming your education because a lot of girls wouldn't be in school if it wasn't for field hockey or swimming or soccer and things like that.
Yeah,
Shoot, a lot of
yeah. I mean,
colleges wouldn't be open
the
if it wasn't
chickies
for
have
the
the
sports
chickies have
department.
really come home to roost right now because it's gonna. I mean, because that's what you're gonna start doing. You're gonna take away women's sports and everything in the collegiate level and the pro level. I wouldn't be surprised if the National Women's Soccer League is going to start doing that as well too. They're going to start going after that
Swimming is
league
already
too.
happening. Swimming is already happening, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
One
they had
like
that one dude that did it. He
yeah,
won like
Yeah,
gold medal.
yeah.
yeah,
I gotta get in. I gotta get in. Shout out to Revelator, y'all. Shout out to Revelator. Revelator sent $5 on the Cash App and just said this stream. Okay. Well, I appreciate you, brother. I
Yo,
appreciate you, brother. Okay.
and
Real
Roger,
talk. Hold
Roger,
on, hold on.
oh,
I got
my
one
fault.
more. One more. Shout out to Tunnel Runner. He said today's eggs, sausage, grits, fish tacos, Tunnel Runner. All right, so he letting y'all know how it is out here, y'all. He eating good. It's and if y'all pay attention, it's every day he come up here, he eating good. It ain't just some of the days he come up here. It's every day he come up here, he eating good. So shout out to Mrs. Turnaround. She holding it down. She holding it down. Okay, go ahead,
Well,
J-Mo.
first of all, I'm gonna say this: F you, tunnel runner. Always coming here gloating and shit. F you and your happy meals and your happy life. I'm out here making my own, air fried food and shit while you getting served, fine dining and 5-star meals. F you and F you for life. I wish you nothing but happiness, but F you. And then, but, but the one thing, Roger, you know what's going to really change if one dude goes up into that league? Every last one of those girls are going to finally admit that, hey, this is supposed to be a women's league and I'm a woman. It's not fair that dudes are coming up in here. They're going to finally admit that they're finally a woman for once in their lives.
Well, you know what? It don't make a difference what the players say. As long as the rules don't change, it's over with. And since there's a collective bargaining agreement that I'm pretty sure is going to go at least 3 years, I mean, they're going to have to just deal with this one. And like I said, as more men find out, the bottom of the league is getting 270. What do I do as a man? I'm a grown man, y'all. I may have some other type of job. Maybe I let my basketball dream go. Maybe I'm making, 60,000 a year somewhere. But I'm a grown man with an opportunity to make 270 on the low end. What do I do?
Shit, follow the money.
I'm just saying. And see, the thing is, this league may get overran in a short period of time, which is just going to inspire people to do stuff about other leagues. And if they ain't already clearly set their parameters, people going to have to start making changes. And shout out to Black Rule Strikes who said, Shark, Bird and Magic were great for basketball because they were great players and they won titles. Kayla has not achieved either of those, and if she does not, her benefit to the WNBA won't last. Now, I think that is an actual pretty good point, and I actually believe it's great that the men are coming on because I agree with Sharp that with the extra hype the WNBA got about her coming in as a rookie, and now you got these guys coming in right behind it, you'll probably have a steady increase of men starting to watch the WNBA, which overall is going to be good for the WNBA. Now, how they going to keep the party going, I don't know. But, I mean, at least you're going to have some guys like myself that's just going to be curious. I want to see how far these guys can go. Will the team they get on win the title? Will the team they get on go to the finals? I believe so. I want to see the draft. I want to see if the organizations are going to get together to even decide that we're not going to draft them or we are going to draft. And I want to see how far they'll fall in the draft if that even happens. Because if they go in like a second round, I'm going to be like, okay, they got together and talked. You know what I'm saying? If they even go to the second round. Because, yeah, I'm not saying it ain't going to be some great women coming out of college. But why would you pass these men?
Roger, one of the other benefits if a dude gets into the league, you're going to learn one more team. And you're going to learn one more player that played in the WNBA.
But I don't know, bro. I think if maybe a fifth on this one because, again, they just did a collective bargain agreement. Them raises is happening next year. So that means this just got... So now what you going to do? Your collective bargaining agreement is already done. Now, technically, could you put a rule in about what a woman is that wouldn't necessarily affect the collective bargaining agreement? Probably. You probably can. I don't know if that puts them in a stuck position or not. I just don't know. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to do something for that draft come up because guess what draft I'm going to watch? 9 times, if I got the free time to do it, I'm going to watch April of 2027's draft. Because I want to see just how far they're going to fall, if they fall at all, or if they go number 1 and 2. And I want to see how many other men are who done figured out, y'all, they paying 270. I need to get in this draft.
Yo, Roger, I'm going to tell you this. If a dude gets drafted into the WNBA, that'll be the first time I ever watch a WNBA game in my life. That's a new thing right there. That'll be amazing.
See, you saying if. I don't even think it's going to be... I don't think it's much of an if at this point. I think because the rules are the rules, this pretty much don't happen.
then I'm definitely gonna be watching my first WNBA game next
You
year.
know?
Yeah, but Roger, I think, but Caitlin Clark was a phenomenon. That's why she got the she was great from college and all the way through. So her was the main issue that everybody was watching, and Angel Reese was a sub part of that. But I don't think it's on the level of we need her to win a championship. I think she just brought attention to the game that everybody was like, well, who's the chick that be shooting 3 pointers from half court? Now we're going to be seeing. Now everybody's coming to the game to see these dudes or
Put balls to face.
these dudes come and do their thing. So I don't think it was like um Caitlin Clark was brought to the like we people put that kind of emphasis on her game that she's gonna be like the next Larry Bird or anything. But when you watch her game, I think she might be the female version of Larry Bird right now. She just
But
gotta win some chips.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
way they've been beating her up, I don't. I thought she was going to quit and go play overseas at one point.
and I'm gonna say, look, I believe as far as the female league goes, she the truth. She will need to win some championships to back up her story.
To back
But
it up,
my thing
yeah,
is, this is good marketing for the WNBA. The NBA
terrific.
has always marketed individuals. They always marketed stories about players and things that are going on. And my thing is, I'm looking at these guys as
Hey,
the
can I
next story. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, maybe you weren't talking to us. But I'm looking at these guys, they're the next story. Can they come in as rookies and will they go all the way to the finals? Will they win that championship as a rookie? This is a story. Maybe not the story the WNBA was looking for, but it's definitely a story though. And if they can keep the marketing going, well, all these new different stories are being put on display, which you should be able to do because you got a new batch of rookies coming in every single year. You should be able to market this organization to a good place where they can start making some money because they still don't do that yet. And shout out to Black Rule Strikes. He said those men will never play in the WNBA game. Black Guru don't believe it's gonna happen. All right, those men will never play in a WNBA game. That is not going to happen. The league has too much to lose by allowing that to happen. Now,
Like
Nah,
Guru,
I
that's
disagree.
that's that's discrimination, Guru.
Mm.
They say it, they feel like women, therefore they are women, and they will play.
Black
They
Rule
will
don't see the
play.
And
vision.
women will never admit when they was wrong,
I
so they
s-
going to let them play.
well, see, I'm gonna say this. I get where Black Hulu is coming from, and I do believe there's a lot of financial things that could go wrong if these guys play. And finance determines just about everything in a capitalist society. But see, my question is, how are you gonna get together to stop them from playing? And again, once more men found out that number went to 270 on the low end, I'm not talking about sophisticated people, y'all. It's the guy who came out of high school and he was a baller. He ain't got nothing planned on what he gonna do with the rest of his life. Nothing. And he might got a smart cousin who say, look, Mark, just do what I tell you to do so we can both make money. I'm gonna be your age. I'm gonna bring you this paper. You just sign here. He gonna handle all the other stuff. Mark gonna have a smart cousin.
Shoot, I mean, if I had a kid, if I had a son right now, I'll be training him to try to get into the NBA. But if, at the very least, your butt is gonna get into that WNBA. Get this money.
I mean, there's always some guys who didn't make the league. That's an every
Exactly.
year thing. There's always guys who didn't make the year. So if one of them got a smart cousin, smart brother, well-to-do father, somebody gonna say, "Look, bro, I don't need you to understand. You've been trusting me your whole life. I'm telling you, trust me now." Okay, and he gonna get them signed up for the WNBA drafts. So now the thing is, what they gonna do about it? Now I'm gonna read this from Black Guru, but like I said, y'all, that's gonna be the issue. What are they going to do about it? All right. Shout out to Black Guru Strikes again. He says if you allow those men into the league, You have basically turned the WNBA into the Globetrotters. It's no longer real basketball. It's just a show like pro wrestling. Black Guru,
Hey,
you may have a very, very legitimate point. But the thing is, what are they going to do about it?
and don't forget this. BGS said,
Yeah.
BGS said that this is entertainment. Even the NBA is about entertainment. I'm
Yeah.
going to be very entertained if a bunch of dudes get into WNBA.
I
I don't care
mean,
if it's like the global Chalmers, whatever the name is. I would be so enthralled and so into this game. I will buy so many WNBA jerseys and be repping that team to the day I die.
Right now, today, we've already had 3 men who say, I'm interested if they get in the league. 3 of us have stated that I want to see what happens. I said it. Jay Moore said it. Ray Black Reset has said it. Now, I ain't saying the rest of y'all won't say it, but I'm just saying that's what's happening, man. Just the idea of them being there already piques my interest. We just
I am
being like
here
other
for the
people around the
spectacle.
country.
I'm here for the spectacle. I'm not even trying to be politically correct about this thing. You know, my views are not the views of the Roger Report. I'm here for the spectacle. I come up in a day and age where we used to fight our cousins and you know what we used to do? Beat them until they say off. That's what I want to see. Beat them until they say off. That's what I want to see. I'm here for the spectacle.
And I'm gonna
Man,
say this, y'all. I want to make this clear. Enos Cancer Freedom, yeah, he might be doing this to push this political issue because he's worth $40 million. I don't think he's gonna be the main issue. It's gonna be that regular dude who need that job.
Yep.
He
And I'm
can
that
go
regular
away.
dude.
He can
I'm
go
that
away.
regular dude.
I just want to say he can go away and everybody be okay with it. But that dude who ain't got no real plan in life, that dude who got that girl pregnant, you know what I'm saying? But he can hoop. He ain't going away. You know,
Yo,
Ray
Roger.
may just be the story, but that dude ain't going away, man. I got this girl pregnant. I got to do something.
Roger, I do like drone recording of basketball games, street basketball games all over New York State right now, right? I know at least 200 people that would be willing to do that right now. And it'd be
Bro,
good enough that it'd be golden right now.
you give me a squad of 5 from Rucker Park. We winning the championship.
Dude, I
Easy money.
got you. I
Undefeated.
got you. I know people from Rucker. I know people from Gersh. I know people from West Fourth. I know everybody all over New York City. And I'm telling you, all of them dudes deserve to get to be in that WNBA. They didn't make it to the league, but they damn sure do. They could make it to this one.
Hey, Julian Newman got a shot now, man. Julian Newman got a shot now, man. His career is safe.
Yeah. Now, this is my thing. You know, now of course you can't just go in with your own 5. You're gonna have to do it the way the WNBA doing it, and that's why I say Enos ain't gonna be the issue. Neither is White. Okay, they're not gonna be the issue. The issue gonna be that guy who ain't nobody stop. The issue gonna be the guys that we don't even know their names right now, because somebody got their girlfriend pregnant, but he can make $270,000 if he make the league.
It's gonna be the Sebastian's tail fair. That's gonna be the issue. That thing, hey, that's gonna be the type of player that's gonna be an issue because he ain't gonna be playing no games. He gonna be practicing hard. He gonna have his own trainer, but he gonna take that thing serious, bro. He gonna be.
Or
They
I'll
gonna
tell
be
you another
hungry,
player.
bro.
Or I'll tell you another player who can make a nice little comeback is Isaiah Thomas. Not the old Isaiah Thomas, but the
The
young
little small
Thomas.
point guard.
And,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose.
What's that guy's name who was living in the streets for a little bit?
Well, I'm saying
West.
as y'all crack jokes about
Beasley.
guys who already been in the league, Now he talking about Delonte West,
Isn't that Michael
the LeBron, the guy who supposedly got up with
Delonte
LeBron
West?
James' mama.
Delonte
Yeah,
West, let's go,
yeah.
baby.
Look,
Yeah.
my thing is, y'all, we can crack jokes about guys who've been in the league who gonna mess around, but I'm saying there's a realistic thing to this, man. You got put yourself in the shoes of a man who maybe didn't qualify to go to college, or he could go to college, but he got to pay for it himself. And now you got this league over here talking about we giving the bottom of y'all 270. What
Roger,
do you do as a man? You
Roger, this is
gotta
why
go
you deserve to
fight.
be president. This is why you deserve to be president. You think about the hardworking man, the regular man. We out here we barely be making like what's it called, $60,000 a year out here. The average man out here. I'm telling you, a lot of us need that little boost of $270,000 in our bank account.
Well,
I would
that's
love
what I'm
that.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Let's be realistic about this. If you're making 60,000 and you a hooper, you a real hooper. Because I'm not saying anybody gonna make this league, but if you a real hooper, and somebody say, they'll pay you 270,000 a year if you can make a WNBA team, what you gonna do?
Sign up.
I'm saying you have a duty as a man
But
to
hang on.
try out.
Can I say
I have a
something
question.
before I land my
I
plane?
have a question. I have a
Hold
question.
on, y'all.
Yeah,
Can y'all not wash away my point so quickly? I'm trying to make a point here, y'all. You a grown man with a chance of making 270,000. Now maybe you got a $60,000 a year career. Maybe college is your next move, but you got to come out of pocket for that yourself, or you got
But
to take these loans out. Do
Here's
a
you
quick question.
bypass an opportunity to make $270,000 just because it's the WNBA and not the NBA?
Here,
Quick
let me say
question.
something real quick.
Quick question. Hold on 1 second. So,
Let me say,
so if
get your
that's the
point.
case, if this is the case, then why are they saying they're identifying as women? So my question is, in order to join the WNBA, do you have to say you identify as a woman?
Yes.
Not you may have to. I couldn't find what the language actually says. I just heard people discussing what the language entails, but I didn't get what the language
Because
actually
You
says.
know,
if that's so, then it changes a lot. It changes a lot because I would not compromise my integrity and classify myself as a woman for that money. Like,
Screw
I
that. I'll
don't.
be a woman for that game. I'm
But
like,
Nah,
but
yep,
man.
I
but
identify myself as Jaquisha.
what you
Nah,
may not necessarily have to, because as I was looking for it, they were saying the language says it's all inclusive and everybody's welcome. There was no definitive. You
then
even have
why
to
are they
declare
saying?
yourself a woman.
Then why in the interview they're saying that they're identified as a woman? Then about
Well,
these.
one guy said that, but I'm gonna say this: his paperwork not
No, they
necessarily.
both said it. They both said it.
Yeah, they did. They both did say that.
Oh yeah,
So
he did. Yeah, Enos did say it too, but
that's why I
I'm gonna
brought up the
say
wig.
it could possibly be necessary because Enos said he did everything that was required, so it could possibly be necessary. But at the end of the day, if you're a man and you got a family that you got to take care of, as a man, sometimes the manly thing to do is go be a woman.
Yep.
let me just say before I land my plane.
This
Here,
nigga out of control.
let
This
me just
nigga's out
say
of control.
before I land. Hey,
I
Roger,
mean,
everybody,
that's a
let me just
joke.
say,
That's a
one
joke.
thing
Roger,
That's a joke. That's a
before I
joke.
land my plane.
Roger,
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 real quick.
you out of control. We need you on a timeout for 5 minutes for that. You out of
No,
control, sir.
Where's Chef? Where's Chef at, man?
let me say
Oh
something.
Now
man, yeah.
I'm joking, of course. I'm joking, of course.
Hey,
But
let me say something before I land my plane for the rest of the day. The person who really kind of got kickstart this whole thing was a female tennis player named Billie Jean King. And she decided to take on a man in tennis who was, I think he was in his mid 50s and everything else. When she tried to beat a man who was way past
50
his
year,
prime.
like 50 to 60 years old, damn near.
Yeah, 50 or 60 years old and everything else. And he beat her in tennis, and every woman and everything felt liberated when she won that match and everything else. That's how it got started.
And it was still a close match. I was like, wow, even at a 50 to 60-year-old dude was still putting belt to ass. It was so difficult for you to win.
Yeah, she barely won that match.
So imagine now a young 23-year-old that didn't even make it to the college league or anything like that in there, young and healthy. That man is going to slaughter.
All I'm saying is, if I can go work at the local gas station or get a check for $270, I'm gonna have to see about that $270.
All right, guys, I'm out. Take care.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. We'll see you next time.
Peace out, Jack.
Roger, they literally
Yeah.
put their foot in their mouth because remember, WNBA is National Women's Basketball Association. Now, if y'all can't tell us what a woman is, and anybody could be a woman if they feel, I don't even think the guys really they really covered it. You know what I mean? And as Paul Hassel's talking about, um, like their integrity. Nah, honestly, their integrity is still intact because, like I said, they're standing up for something more than just to play basketball. They literally doing this shit to show these women like, yo, what you're saying is literally stupid. Because if I can't be a woman, then how can this other dude be a woman?
I
Just
mean, you got
because, you know what I mean?
you got to take that into consideration. And Black Who's Strike says it was a publicity stunt. Riggs was in on it and was actually doing it to promote feminism. Okay, now I'm gonna say this, y'all. Stunts happen, they do happen, but you got real life stuff that's gonna happen too. Now I ain't dissing it. I'm not dissing them, but you a guy. You out of high school, okay? College, you know what I'm saying? They want to charge you money to go to college. Okay, you may want to go to college, but they want to charge you this money that you don't have. So now you can go work at Speedway and get some loans to pay for college, or you could just put off college for a little while and make $270 a year in the WNBA. What do I do?
That $270 a year is sounding amazing right now. You
Yeah,
understand how many bills I could
I think
pay,
you. I
a
think you
house
got
I
to go
could
to
buy?
college. I think you got to go to college, Roger. They ain't draft nobody straight out of high school yet. So you
oh,
might
oh,
have to go and do 2 years of college real quick and get drafted out, and
what
then put
they'll
yourself
be.
into the draft.
No, you make a good point, and that might be a very real thing. It might be a very real thing, but you always gonna have the guys who got out of college and they not gonna make an NBA team.
Yeah, they
Okay,
going straight to. I'm going straight to the WNBA.
they
They're gonna
paying
do a
270
commercial
on
for
the low
Summer's
end.
Eve. I'm gonna call it Summer Steve.
Man,
Keeps your freshness every time.
and you know one thing too, we're all gonna see if a dude make it to the league and everything like that, or when a dude make it to the league. Those highlight clips is gonna be phenomenal. You're gonna see those.
Atrocious.
You're gonna see those pictures and stuff of like the dude dunking on a chick and her face looking like it's being smushed by two big old nut sacks right in her face, and it's gonna be like right there. It's gonna be like a poster on everybody's wall.
And you're gonna see these highlights, and then you're gonna see a man come on the screen with a smile, and he gonna say Massengill. I don't know what it does, but I better do a good job for you.
Mhm. I tell you what, I tell you what I'm gonna do. As soon as if they get drafted and shit, if they get put on the team, I'm going to get them jerseys ASAP because that's gonna be some memorabilia for your behind.
Yup,
And
yup.
I'm going to get them basketball cards. And nigga ain't never bought a WNBA pack of basketball cards in their goddamn life. I don't even think women. You know what's so bad? Women don't even want to watch the WNBA. I done asked a couple of chicks like, "Yo, you want to go? We go get some drinks and watch the WNBA game." They looked at me like I was stupid.
No, no, don't forget this. Don't forget this. More men already watch the W. Don't forget this. More men watch the WNBA than women do. So I'm just saying, if a dudes get in there, and especially because like the WNBA players and all the teams want more women to watch it, this is gonna get more women to watch that game anyway.
All right, now
They're gonna be in there for the show too.
let me say this and get Truth Teller in here because he just came up. Shout out to
Oh
Trail
shit!
Bentley. He
Big
say
up the
the G
neighborhood.
League, the G League base salary is 45K, y'all. Now I do
Come
want
on.
y'all to hear that. The G
Damn.
League base salary is 45K. All right, and now I'm gonna do what Shark said. I'm gonna just copy y'all Shark. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. When you hear smart men say smart stuff, sometimes you just need to do what they said. So go buy a pack of cards and go get some jerseys. If these guys get in
Hmm.
the league, That was a brilliant idea. Real talk. Ain't no telling how much that stuff gonna be worth later. So go get you some jerseys and go get some playing cards. Well, some
Players
WNBA cards.
cards.
Real talk. Real talk. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? A smart man said that sometimes it's just best to copy. It is what it is. But we got Truth Teller. Truth Teller, what you gonna do with this one, man? Because this is a very interesting story. You also represent New York. Y'all just won a championship. It's interesting to hear how some champs feel about a story like this. What should happen in this particular scenario? I do all that to introduce a man who don't say nothing.
And the nigga fumble.
Man,
Yeah.
I just want to say this too. You know what? F Tunnel Runner one more time, so we understand where we starting off on a good note. Okay, let's spread the hate. It be like that Dave Chappelle thing, the haters club. Hey. That's all I want him to hear.
Truth
Oh,
Teller,
this
you
nigga
got
ain't
it
talking.
together? All right, well, Truth Teller, we don't hear you at all, so you join us when you're ready. I'll just say that. You join us when you're ready, because we can't hear nothing, brother.
Hey, not too long ago, I had watched a documentary about the first female who was drafted into the NBA. Back in the days, I think she was drafted to the New Orleans. It was something in It was a New Orleans team back in New Orleans Jazz, and she said she didn't go all the way through with it because she knew she couldn't even compete with them.
Yeah,
But she was
I did
nice.
something for her when she passed away. I did something about her. I don't
Yeah.
remember her name right off top, but I do know who you're talking about. Uh, I think she made a good decision. I think she made a good decision. You got to do what you understand is right for you. And for her to get in that league and go against those men, that could have definitely been brutal. So if you don't want to take that on, I get it. I definitely get it. And I meant to mention, I meant to say something about that. It would be fair for men to be drafted into the WNBA because a woman has already been drafted into the NBA.
And
You
don't
know,
forget, the NBA never said that women couldn't join the NBA in the first place. They just didn't. She was the only one that did. At least she's better than all these other chicks that's out here. She made it to the NBA.
if my memory is right, they might have actually drafted Cheryl Swoops too. I got to double check that, but they might have actually drafted Cheryl Swoops too. But they used to have a lot more rounds in the NBA, and a lot of people got drafted that didn't necessarily come to the NBA. Like Carl Lewis was a phenomenal guy when it comes to track. Man went 10 years without losing a race. He was whooping everybody. Okay. More like a Usain Bolt, but Usain Bolt was able to get more coverage because of this was years later, and he was drafted into the NBA. Never even attempted to play, but a lot of folks got drafted into the NBA. It was surprised. All right, now Truth Teller's coming back. Hopefully he got his mic right, and we can see what he's talking about. What's up, Truth Teller? What you got for us, brother? Oh, hold on, real quick. Shout out to Black Rule Strike. He said Nancy Lieberman participated in the NBA camp. I think at Prime C. I think he was saying something else, but I didn't know a woman actually participated in camp though. I didn't know that one, but I ain't surprised. Truth Teller, what you got, bro?
Hey, what up, y'all? Can y'all hear me now? I guess.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear you now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My T-Move earbuds. Um, Honestly, this is an immaculate show today. I appreciate you, brothers. The brotherhood of the feminist group. We all feminists. We believe in equality. Um, I think these brothers should just go ahead and put on whatever they got to wear. They wigs, and they just go all. Um, we'll watch the show, the games more, and we'll appreciate the WNBA more, and they'll probably get paid more money if these dudes show up. So I think it's a great thing. I think we should support them. Go ahead, play.
Well, I do agree that if we watch the games, because I'm saying there's a lot of men who watch the game just to see how this go down. The WNBA does make more money as a league they win. Now if they don't win a championship, that's a story. If they do win a championship, that's a story. If they're not drafted to the same team, you got a story either way because you got the guy who did win and the guy who didn't win that went on win the championship. So it's gonna be a story no matter what. And what's wrong with a league having stories? You only got 15 squads. Caitlin was your last year's story. You need a new story.
But the blowback that's gonna happen is when one of these dudes midfield dunk on one of these chicks. They fall to the ground or out of bounds. It's gonna be a problem, and then, we're gonna have to rethink this, y'all.
Man, these shits gonna be accident giving out blowjobs during that whole goddamn game.
You imagine one of them catching one in their face? Listen, man. It's
got
gonna be
back
ugly.
from the sky.
but we all gonna watch the wait for it, boy. We all gonna watch the wait for it.
Hey, you know Negroes gonna be ignorant with it too. They gonna be grabbing heads and shit. They gonna be grabbing heads and they just about to posterize it.
It's gonna be like when when dudes be going up against a bigger dude, they jump up and they push their heads down to push themselves up. That's what they're gonna be doing every single
time. Let me come in and save the show real quick. Let me save the show. Black Cruise Strike says, I think a prime Cheryl Miller might have looked decent for a few minutes in the NBA preseason game. But that might just be my bias because I love me some Cheryl Miller. I mean, Cheryl, all right. You know what I'm saying? She definitely cool. I didn't look at her like you looking at her, Black Rule, but I've always liked Cheryl Miller. Now, I would assume she could do something because when you can score 100 points in the women's league,
you supposed to.
I think she could do something with the men. I think she could do something. I don't think she necessarily be a star. She probably end up being a bench player, but she would probably be a respectable player out there at the end of the day. It could put in a few minutes every game. I do believe that could happen.
So she was a Will Chamberlain in the WNBA?
She could shoot. She could score.
No, Cheryl Miller. Cheryl Miller was just out there embarrassing women. Real talk. She was just.
That's what I mean. Like
another level.
That's what I'm saying. She must have been like the Wilt Chamberlain of the WNBA. Like she's the only one that I'm hearing that got 100 points now. And she was embarrassing them, just toying around with them, doing it. Oh, hell yeah. She is the Wilt Chamberlain of the WNBA.
It might have been 105. I don't even think it was just 100.
All I can say is her brother said she was better than him. He actually said that publicly. So,
wait, say it again?
Her brother said she was better than him.
Oh.
She never got a chance to play in the WNBA, though. The WNBA started way after Cheryl Miller.
Yeah, she played overseas. That is for a long time, like up until he went into college, she was better than him. And she tells the story of when she first realized that he was more athletic than her, she just stopped playing against him after that.
Right.
But it took a long time. Time.
She used to kill Reggie. Real talk. She used to kill Reggie. Reggie's shots that he even shoot the way he shoots because of Cheryl Miller and because he really couldn't do nothing with it and had to be able to put a shot up against her and she had the height on him. So she was killing that man. Real talk. It would have been nice to see what she could do. It definitely would have been nice if she could have been like a star in the WNBA when it first started. That would have been nice. But, she might have been the greatest WNBA player ever had she got the chance. Now, I'm going to say this, too. Now, y'all was cracking some jokes about guys coming over to be the, dominating the WNBA. Cheryl Swoops, if my memory correct, Cheryl Swoops might have like 4 rings. So it actually takes a little bit of effort to dominate in the WNBA, too. You have to get 5 to really separate yourself because I think it's Cheryl Swoops got 4 rings,
Yeah, I mean, to give the WNBA credit, it's not like the average guy off the street could play in the WNBA. That's not the case. They are athletic and they do have a level of skill. But guys that are college, hold on. Let me finish. Guys that are like elite high school level players, they're better than WNBA players.
Not
They're
even the
better than.
elite ones. The regular ones are better than WNBA players.
Dude, I met a
So if
lot of
you,
dudes.
it,
I met a lot of dudes that played overseas and stuff, and they didn't make it to no league and stuff. They played overseas, and these people could easily beat them too. So,
yeah,
and they just
yeah.
street level people.
What I'm saying is, if you're athletic, if you're playing at the LA Fitness on a regular basis, you're probably better than most WNBA players. You're
You're
probably
on
better than
par, or
most.
you're on par, but
Yeah,
your physicality probably puts you over. But what
yeah.
I'm
Your
saying is,
physicality is gonna put you over the top every time.
these ladies done had middle schoolers embarrass them. So I'm just saying.
Yup.
I'm just
Yeah,
Cause,
saying.
cause it was like I don't know. It was like a couple years back. I think it was like a WNBA team played against some like kids or something, and they
Yeah.
lost miserably.
No,
Yep.
I don't think it was a
Soccer
team.
too.
I think it was just
soccer,
players. I don't think it was a team. No.
Well,
soccer.
If it's
even
soccer,
if
then
it
that
was,
was a team. If it was
No.
soccer, that was a team.
Soccer as well. But they played. It was like 3-on-3 though. It wasn't like a full 5, but it was 3-on-3. So,
and they got
but
demolished, and they're like they were like you could say the top players of the
and
WNBA at that
yeah,
time, and they
they
got
started getting
slaughtered.
mad and started fouling
Start
the boy.
following the hell out of the dude, out of those dudes, so because they were
But
mad that they
see,
were losing so bad.
but we're not saying that they're supposed to be able to do well against men of any kind. What we're saying is that they think they're on par with men and they're not, which is
Yeah,
why
it's not even close.
nobody watches them. And I mean in their own arena, meaning against other women. Have any of you ever watched a full WNBA game?
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
I
hard to
have
watch.
never
Me,
even
I
Hard to
watched a
watch.
tried, man.
game.
I tried,
It's
bro. I
horrible.
tried. I
I
couldn't do
tried
it.
a few times, and it's like, yeah, because they at certain points they don't look pro. There's like
Yeah,
college
Yeah,
players
it
look
looked
better
like
than most of their games. Actually,
They
I
look
watch
like
college
kids
games.
playing. They look like kids playing the game, and it's just like,
But in your mind, you're thinking, all right, fine. She's not gonna be able to leap over and kill a crossover nobody, but
right.
their form, their basics should be down pat because they're professionals. And when you watch the game, you realize, oh, that ain't the case.
yeah.
So you're like,
Well,
oh, okay, you're supposed to be better than college players.
I'm gonna say this to any man who want to be the greatest WNBA player ever.
me.
Shout out to Sirius Rye. He said Cynthia Cooper, I think, has 6 rings too. Now I just looked it up. It
I like
says
Cynthia Cooper.
Cynthia Cooper she's the one that won 4 straight. So she got 4, but she ran 4 straight. So
wow.
that's an
Oh, damn, that's
interesting
dope.
thing. So to be the greatest WNBA player, I think you might have to go win 5 straight to really feel yourself like that. You know. So there's a challenge out there to the men. Okay, run 5 straight.
They don't
Hey,
really want this like
Roger, you know one of the reasons why I don't even even though I hope they do put a dude in there, but the other reason why I don't think they will really put a dude into the WNBA, because after when the dude plays them a couple times, a lot of them chicks on that same team is gonna get pregnant real quick. They're gonna start ovulating like crazy.
Yeah.
He put his nuts in my face, and after that, I was pregnant.
I mean,
See, but
I'm
the
gonna
problem
be
is they
realistic.
have to put them in there. Or you know what kind of lawsuit that is right there?
Wait, say it again.
They have to put them in because that's a lawsuit. You're not
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
discriminating.
Well, I'm gonna say this because see, Black Rule don't think they're gonna get in there. Now that I've actually looked up the net worth of Enos Cancer Freedom, if he's doing this as a political stunt, or if he's setting himself up to sue them, so now you got to deal
He
with the
gonna
issue.
get
He
in
got
there.
enough. Well, I'm saying you got to
He
deal with
gonna
the
get in
issue
there.
is he literally has enough money to sue you. He 40 million strong. He can handle a lawsuit. So it's almost like you gotta do it now.
And honestly, I think he's doing it for the love of the game. He's $40 million richer than any one of us on this damn panel. So I'm just saying, like, this man, he's just doing it for the love of the game of basketball. Let him do it. Why can't he have his dreams? Why can't we support his dream? Didn't Martin Luther King fight for us to have a dream? Die for us to have a dream. Let his dream come true, damn it.
Gotta support the man. We gotta support the black man.
And also, don't forget this. This is in the name of feminism. We are true feminists here. We believe in the true equality. We stand 10 toes down and dunking 12 feet up in the air for You know, feminism. You can't say this guy is not no more of a real feminist than anybody else. This man is a super feminist. He's willing to die
Right.
for it, dunk for it, shoot for it, cross people for it, and put balls to face for it. That's dedication.
I will agree. There has to be some level of love for the game that he's doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because why would a guy who's had an NBA career, and y'all said he won a title with a couple times too, right? So he done been at the top of the mountain and everything. So why would he do this now? Well, obviously there is a love for the game involved in here somewhere. Okay,
And
I'm gonna say
sometimes a
that
God gotta
somewhere.
comes down to help the regular mortal out here. That's what
Yeah,
I'm seeing. A God to come down here and bless these women to making more money
but
and make
again,
them actually worth a damn.
I'm gonna say I don't think he gonna be their biggest problem. I think the biggest problem is that guy who got old girl pregnant, but he can hoop.
Oh yeah, he's desperate.
Nah,
He's
That's
desperate.
who.
He's gonna put his soul into that.
Nah, bro. She pregnant. I can make $270 a year playing for y'all, or I can
this
go work
gonna
at Speedway.
this gonna last exactly 3 years, and they're gonna magically come up with the definition of a woman in the next collective bargaining.
I think you're right. I think honestly, I don't think they'll let him play. I think they'd rather take the lawsuit than let him play, or the other dude either. I think they'd rather take the lawsuit, and then after all of that settles, they're gonna say you have to be a biological woman. They're gonna take some heat for it, but they're not gonna let the dudes play, because if they do, they're just gonna crush that league. They're just gonna crush it.
You
What's
know
the
But
point
I
of
what?
mean,
watching
don't
dudes
forget
dressed like women play
us.
when I can just go watch dudes play?
But don't forget, a Supreme Court judge don't even know what a woman is. So why? How dare they try to sue, get this man or woman to not
Look,
play in the WNBA? That's
what
bullshit. They can't even define it.
I
I
think,
said that. I said that in my opening statement. I lay this at the feet of
yeah,
Ketanji Brown.
Hmm.
I think all y'all are making great points. I think Black Crew is making a great point. Am I sure I'm gonna see a man play? I'm not willing to put my own money on it yet. But what I am saying is, when you have these things that happen like this, there is something called unintended consequences, and I think the unintended consequence is that Hooper who got old girl pregnant. Whatever Hooper that's gonna turn out to be, and he got old girl pregnant,
He
and
going
he ain't trying to lose this woman. He ain't trying to lose his status in her eyes. No, I'm not an NBA player, but baby, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna go play in this WNBA.
the
Okay,
ball.
if I'm on the low end, I'm getting $270 a year. We straight. I'm gonna beat some of these chicks. I'm not. I'm gonna be a star. Number one, I ain't gonna even just get the low end. I'm gonna be a star. All right, the baby gonna get taken care of, and I'm gonna get to hold on to you for another 3, 4, 5 years. Now he probably gonna lose it anyway, but you know he gonna be able to take care of stuff for a few years, and and again, if they play their money right, you can come out owning a house. You may not own the greatest house, but you can get a decent house if you making 270 for 4, 5 years. Okay. And let you start pitch. Now, me, I'll be trying to pitch every feminine product I can if I've already put myself in the WNBA. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it all the way. That's
But
all I'm
Rod,
saying.
there's one thing you didn't take into account, Roger. I don't think none of y'all took this into account. Now we already know how these ladies feel about each other. You put a dude in there taking away their chicks from them, what's gonna happen?
Jealousy is gonna be out the freaking
I'm
stadium,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. Just to the ladies that float on that side, you cannot compete with a real penis. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, they
It's
become.
gonna be
Don't forget.
problems.
Don't forget, like a couple years back, I think it was last year or something. One of
It's gonna
them
be
got caught
problems.
with they came in with like a whole, they got found with like a strap, a strap on them, and shit.
Y'all
It's
can't
just
compete
like,
with.
yo,
So suddenly a dude is balling, and he not only has his choice of WNBA players, but his choice of their wives too.
Yeah,
They
man, this,
not
my
putting
name's
him.
Jerome. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be alone. I'm trying to participate in the girl talk. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
and
Y'all
you know what's
drinking
funny?
wine?
That's my middle name. That's
I,
actually my middle name right there. So
I,
I'm fitting in
yeah,
perfectly.
yeah. I'm just trying to participate with the team. Y'all out here drinking wine in your pajamas. I got my pajamas on. I want to drink some wine This is team building. Okay, this is
Team
team building.
Yo, truth teller. To correct myself from earlier saying like accidental blowjobs gonna be given, it's gonna be purposeful blowjobs given. These girls gonna be jumping right in the way to get a nut in their face.
Not only that, they're gonna be like, well, who was in your room last night? Your wife? What are you asking me for?
Do you want to join?
Your wife? Why do you care? It's gonna be. Listen, man. We already know how women act when they have power, but if you put a man in there, and we see how they act right now, where there's no dudes. You put a few dudes in there, it's over. The league is over, y'all. Just so y'all know that league is over.
No, you seen what happens when they find out that these chicks actually got a boyfriend. They get treated the worst in that damn league. So imagine now they got a dude on the team and they find out their teammate is sucking his dick. That shit, they gonna be livid.
I'm gonna say Jerome may end up with a sex scandal. Okay, it might be 3 women on the team pregnant, all by the same guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably gonna be frowned upon. You shouldn't be getting your teammates pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's a real discussion somebody gonna have to have at a certain point. But y'all, we are at the 3-hour mark, so we finna get up out of here. We getting up out of here. We are at the 3-hour mark. So it's been real. You know, it's been interesting. And I'm just gonna say I can't wait till April of 2027 so I can see the draft. Real talk. I ain't never watched the WNBA draft before, but this might be my first one. Real talk. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. If y'all new to the channel, subscribe. Of course, if you like the best content on social media, you'll be able to find it right here. 9 a.m. Chicago time. That's 9 a.m. Chicago. Not where you happen to be. 9 a.m. Chicago time. I will see y'all next time around. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right. And I'm out.